Welcome to the first ever PGT Bounty Blitz final table with my favorite logo of recent years. Let's head inside the wonderful PokerGO studio as the Las Vegas Summer of Poker continues with this 5K buy-in, no limit hold'em final table. My name is Remco Rinkema. Donnie Peters alongside me in the booth for the first three events of this PGT Bounty Blitz series. The name says it all. There is lots of money up for grabs, not only by winning the thing, but also by sending some opponents to the rail. Let's have a look at the players. Quinn Zhao, the great unknown today, leading the way ahead of a who's who of the Las Vegas tournament scene, including some names we might not expect. Thanks, Josh Arieh, for coming out for the series. Love to have you here as we look at the payouts. Kern's final six guaranteed 9,600, 45,600 up top. You might think, wow, where's the rest of the money? Bounties, ladies and gentlemen, bounties. These players have some bounties on their heads. We'll dive into all of that and what's coming up in the upcoming days. We've got plenty of events streaming all throughout the week. Pick your favorite player. Let us know in the chat where you're watching from. We are live on PokerGO.com, on YouTube. Once again, hang out with us. Let's have a good time. It should be a fun series. Donnie, you're the man on the ground as always. Please let us know the initial response from the players to this new series format.
I would say it was well received. You know, I don't think there's many, or maybe any, strictly bounty series. Yes, there's bounty tournaments, of course, but trying something new here on the PGT. We saw a lot of new faces. I think there was probably 8 to 10 people I've literally never seen before in the PokerGO studio. Quinn Zhao is one of them, right? But it's great to have those players here, and if we can keep drawing new blood here, I think it's just a great thing overall for the game.
Appreciate everyone for tuning in as we dive into the first hand. Blinds at 10K, 15K with a 15K big blind ante. John Andress, Jeremy Becker. Known quantities here inside the studio. Same goes for Darren Rabinowitz. And new dad, Andrew Lichtenberger.
Let's play around to Omaha.
6 weeks. 6 weeks.
It would be fun.
Some baby run good for LuckyChewy.
I'm a no-limit pro now.
Oh, congrats.
Thanks.
Josh Arieh recently relocated to Las Vegas.
Today.
Okay,
Yeah.
very nice.
Oh, he's actually not flying in for these anymore.
No, he moved out here. He is out here full time.
Small but big tournament.
Him and his new wife.
Small but major.
Shout out to the people in the chat. I see you out there. Eric,
Their chip count
see
thing
you.
isn't working
King
quite
Doinky,
like they
I
planned.
just looked.
G Daddy,
Completion of the hand.
Tanner Russell.
Your chip count thing isn't quite working like you planned.
What's the bottom for? If it's wrong and someone messes up or something, you can't take blame?
Oh, yeah. Somebody said, man, I looked up there and I had more
Yo.
chips than you.
Wow. You guys really gotta add that? Like, someone will really, try to...
Better safe than sorry, right?
Ace Ace King here on the flop. 3 of clubs on the turn after the action goes check, check.
Were these
Pot's
team
staying
equal?
small so far here at this final table.
It was just blank?
Rabinowitz riding a little bit of a heater. He just took 6th place in a big event over at the Win for like 18K. Nice little free roll into this one and is run hot here.
10. Jack. That's crushed. Yeah, bad shape, my man.
As I said, the great unknown, Qin Zhao. Not much to find on
Did
him.
today get more than yesterday?
Haven't heard anything from him either. So perhaps
PKO.
the only unknown here, Donnie, stealing the shine.
Oh, today's escalator?
Yeah, listen, he played very well
What
on
does that
day
mean?
one. He busted some players late that helped him escalate his stack up to this chip lead. Jacob Mendelsohn in 10th, he took him out. Drake Kemper, 12th, took him out. Justin Sternberg, 13th, took him out. On the hand when he busted Justin Sternberg,
That is cool.
So what is,
Zhao
what
rivered
is the
a
beginning?
full
Like
house.
500?
500.
in a 3-way pot, and it went bet from Sternberg, just on the river, bet from Sternberg, raise from David Baker, some tanking from Zhao. He moves all in. Sternberg moves all in. Baker gets out of the way. Sternberg had a flush, but no good to the full house of Zhao.
It's a cool idea. It's cool. Like,
Yeah, it is a cool idea.
It's new, yeah.
because otherwise the bounties at the end don't
Players
really
talking
matter.
about
This way it's not.
What's
the
the
turnout
buffer?
for event
Can you
number
explain
2. Yesterday, Labor Day, of course.
4 times
Also,
your
a
buy-in.
lot of players still coming back from EPT Barcelona. A lot of
the
players
buy-in
were
is up by
on
the
planes yesterday, so
What is
Last
Quattro?
X amount of people.
hopefully the field's boosted up a little bit.
5% of field's up.
Donnie, also for those new to this series, and we have live reporting on PGT.com, obviously, along with news coverage of the
So
events.
what was the Quattro? When
playing-
25% of the field's left, bounties come and play?
Playing various different bounty formats, as Josh Arieh points out. The Quattro, when we get down to 25% bounties come and play. What else do we have on tap?
So this series, 6 tournaments, all
No,
5K
it's not
buy-ins,
8,000. I thought it was
5 different
4X.
bounty variants. We have this standard bounty, and then the Quattro, which is event number 2. As the players confirmed there, when you get down to 25% of the field, that's when the bounties kick in, and the bounties are worth 4 times what they normally
I
are.
haven't played a
Every
PO
bounty tournament
Quattro
here at the
bounty.
PGT Bounty Blitz, 2K goes to the bounty. And then it's obviously determined based on what type of bounty it is. So for the Quattro, it's an 8K bounty once you get down to 25%. We also have an escalator bounty.
15, 20.
We have a PKO bounty. The escalator bounty starts at, I think the first bounty's 500, then they go up to either 2 or 4, and then they go up after that. So at certain points of the tournament, the bounties get escalated. PKO, we've had those before on the PGT. We have a mystery bounty again during the PLO. Mystery bounty was a ton of fun. Bringing it here to the no limit streets as well, and then the final day is just going to be a regular standard bounty like this one, but it's a turbo single day tournament. So if you like bounties, this is where it's at. It's also interesting that we cover these guys all the time, and they for lack of a better term, they have the game figured out, right? And on day 1 yesterday, a lot of players were like, so how do I play a bounty? What's my strategy here? Like, should I still re-enter? Should I not? Do I take the shot and gamble with you because I can win the bounty on the side? So there's all these other added elements that these players might not be, not that they're not used to them, but they might not be experts in them. So it brings a little bit of fun, a little bit of unknown to the PokerGO studio here.
Action on Chewy here with the A7 of diamonds.
Every red circular little plaque next to the players is worth 2K each.
Yeah, Poker Nicky in the chat saying, LuckyChewy's a dad. Whoa, congrats. Yes, indeed. He posted it on his Twitter, I want to say 1 or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, late August she was born.
265.
Nice. 265.
And Chewy just gets it done here without seeing a flop.
Here's one. Two of them.
Apologies for any audio issues we might be experiencing. If you're on the receiving end of those, we are working hard to resolve those. Thanks for tuning in. Please, if you're catching us on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We have 5 straight days of PGT Bounty Blitz coming up here on the channel.
Raise to 40.
I can almost guarantee a stacked lineup for each one of these final tables. When I browsed through the chip counts last night, I was just going, oh, this guy, oh, that
Yeah.
guy, oh, this guy is here too. And
David ODP Baker almost made it, busted in 7th place, so could have had him here, but
yeah, also fun to see someone like Chris Moorman in the mix, which is not a name you would
automatically assume is going to be here, as we see three-way action developing here. Andress makes it 40K. Zhao and Arieh both making the call. The last remaining king in the deck could have made this quite interesting. Instead we get the Queen 4-6 offsuit.
Check.
In situations like this, Donnie, for Andress, not really much incentive to continue.
Yeah, multi-way, it's tricky here. Your opponents, plural, can have various queens, king, queen, ace, queen, queen, jack, even coming from the small blind, maybe a queen 10 suited, queen 9 suited, stuff like that. So
Is being in position here enough for Arieh to take a stab?
for Josh Arieh, yes. Specifically for Josh Arieh. Like, I would expect him to bet there almost 100% of the time. Just that's how Josh plays. He will get after it. It's like if there's any sort of, opening of the door, Josh is going to try and stick his foot in there and plow on through. That's just how he plays poker, and he's made a career of being aggressive like that. So he'll back off when the time comes, yes, but it will be pedal to the floor for Josh Arieh for the most part.
Shouldn't it be an auto check raise then from Andress there?
I mean, yeah, but again,
What's the most
you got to
important
play out of
play
position against Josh
on the
Arieh.
phone again?
You're one of the shorter
I don't know,
stacks.
Tim
Do you
gave
want to
me this
risk the
last
chips against your opponent? Like, it's just
But
a
he gave
tricky
it to you for a
spot.
reason.
So
I don't know.
I don't hate the check fold there with ace king. Sometimes just got to give it up.
Not gonna be seeing any check folding here. Rabinowitz picks up the black queens.
I mean, speaking of new faces, I think Rabinowitz has been in here maybe 5 times in his whole life. So, he's somebody who's new. Oh, wow.
Oh my God! The stack sizes, the hands.
Watch out.
This is gonna be bloody, as he comes with the very small 85,000, Donnie.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how Rabinowitz wants to approach this.
Starting the hand with 62 big blinds. Rabinowitz has Zhao covered by a hair, and he's just going to make the call. Are you a fan of this defensive play?
Yeah, I think he can just play this a little bit slow. I mean, I don't think he's really going to go anywhere on flops like this, but maybe turns or rivers. Yes, he can get away from his hand. There's just so much value in his stack. You don't just want to torch a 1.2 million chip stack to the guy that's right there that can do a ton of damage to you when there's a bunch of these shorter stacks there. So
that is interesting, Donnie, that you bring up that angle, because to my basic mind, the thought is accumulate, which of course takes a bit of an aggressive approach, as we see the king on the turn perhaps save Rabinowitz a little bit.
yeah, I mean, listen.
No.
You got the accumulation mode of a tournament, right? But then you get down to the final table when the pay jumps are big. Now here, the pay jumps are a little bit smaller relative to what we normally see because there is the money taken out for the bounties, yes. But here,
what is the range?
when you have stacks like Rabinowitz has here, you're not just going to want to go nuts and like just ruin your whole positioning.
100 a game, or
Like
50?
average?
Not that he's ever going to fold
what
this
do you
hand. He
outside
might
it?
just go check, call, check, call, check, call, right? But
we
you're
did
just
2 on
basically
2
taking a
teams,
low
600
variance
a
route
person,
to try and get
and
this to
then
showdown.
everyone puts
Wow,
in,
smallest pot of the year between aces and queens here, as Rabinowitz leads for
like last
60K.
round
Zhao calls it off, and
600 a
Rabinowitz
person?
yeah,
will be
and
tapping
then
himself on the back, or
another
patting himself on the
300
shoulder, I should say,
individual.
Are there
for
bonuses,
the way
like
he
for
played defense
turkeys,
there with
or-
the queens.
But then like me and Ryan.
And that
were,
defense
like,
really nice on the river
dead
there
on
with that really
frames,
small
like, it's
block
just
bet.
frames,
You know,
like, you can
Are
do
the-
whatever you
Zhao
want.
Are the
can't do
teams
too much with
random, or
just
is it
aces
like-
there.
So you
Maybe if he's
random
got the
generate
ace of
the
clubs,
First you set everyone's
he can come in with a raise, but yeah.
and then you random the teams.
Shout out to Handpan Boy Band on YouTube for the $18
I'm gonna go find
donation,
a bowling instructor.
saying, "Let's go, Josh."
Trying to rob you guys.
I'm the only one
Found,
with that
I
ball.
found
Met
a guy
Handpan
who
over the
was
summer
in
at the
Andress
WSOP,
thing.
came out,
Oh,
so
really?
What'd you say?
glad
You
to
didn't
see you
know
back,
that?
sir.
I told you this already.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I never heard of bowling
They have
lessons, but I guess there's
Sunday
lessons for
morning at the
everything.
Gold Coast at 9 a.m. Free.
Is it a free what?
Are you being serious?
I think
Come
it- I
in.
think
He
it-
sent
I
some
think it's $20
sweatshirts in.
but
I was
they
gonna
say
say,
group
And there you
classes,
see it right
no
there.
way they
Handpan,
get it.
I'm
It's like
holding
it
one of your
has to be like
sweatshirts up to
even
Remco right now.
It's
This
like
one
an
has
individual
Duckworth on the back of it
$20
for Tim
for
Duckworth.
9 a.m.
I'm so
bowling lessons
confused.
And a cup of coffee.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask.
That's
Chewy.
amazing.
You give me a lesson?
We got fans, man. What do you want to
Chewy, you're
say?
a good bowler?
Chewy's
Yeah, I'm
the
pretty-
best one.
Rabinowitz.
I
don't think I'm I think Reese is better than me.
Back-to-back big
Like
hands.
form-wise, like
I
if
probably
you
have
played
better
as much as
technique.
Ryan,
I bowled a lot as a kid. I was on like the high school team, and I basically grew up in a bowling alley.
140?
That's how I got into poker.
We're talking bowling, by the way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We'll try to lay off and listen to this table talk.
Bowling, like before
We got a
this?
chatty bunch here.
No.
That's cool.
It is where I got into gambling, but not betting on bowling. Scratch-offs and poker.
Yeah.
Rabinowitz makes a 140. Becker in position with the Queen 10 suited. Only
My
coming
dad's
into this
bowled
hand with
quite a few
465.
These two have a lot of experience with each other. They play regularly. They're good friends.
That's your heart rate. Like, it's amazing when you get to like the 7th and 8th, 9th frame.
Oh, it gets intense, yeah.
I can only imagine what their heart rate is, like knowing that a 300 is right around the corner.
Yeah.
They were talking about bowling possibly last night because they got done a little bit early.
Sorry.
Becker was trying to invite Rabinowitz, seeing if he was going to go. Rabinowitz said, I can't go with you guys anymore. You bet 1K a game. It's too rich for me. You priced me out.
who has the worst ball? Do you think? Like form.
Does Winter just throw lasers down there?
Yeah.
I mean, Winter's ridiculous.
Like
That's
an
the only thing I
8-pound
get
ball, 47 miles an hour.
Call up, he's crazy because he has to go so wide to the left because like he uses.
Imms looks pretty good though, like out of his hand.
Miles is funny because he does the two-hand, but I think a lot of people do two-hand.
Somebody bowl. Y'all gamble with a two-handed bowler?
Yeah,
A lot
but
of people
he's
use
not.
two hands. It's like pretty common now.
Yeah.
I didn't learn that way, but
Yeah.
So you go onto the side with both hands?
Yeah.
He's really inconsistent though.
Donnie, you and I grew up during
I
the
gotta
era
get on this.
hardly
of
anyone.
high-stakes golf,
I'm coming.
and I guess we've swayed over to Gold Coast bowling.
Oh, yeah.
Worst
Yeah, Josh too. Josh probably wondering what the heck is all this.
One of the guys who's so
Okay,
straight, probably.
Donnie,
I was
Josh
thinking
Arieh right now,
Seward.
the all-time road
it's
gambler,
straight.
if I can call him that,
Yeah.
listening to this thinking, I'm going to be practicing
just a straight
bowling
ball.
for the next 6 months.
He was last night. He was intrigued. He's like,
100%.
I might go bowling. If my wife wants to go, I'll go.
Chino and Spencer
He's
are
going to
getting
practice
better
and tell
bets.
no one
Gold
about it,
Coast,
and then he's
right?
going to just clean up.
Oh yeah, I forgot about you.
I know how this works. By the way, quick little side story
But you didn't respond last night.
about Gold Coast bowling. Donnie, I believe you've partaken
is
in
the
this
most
before.
overrated.
Way back in
Coles.
the day. I'm talking like 15 years
that.
ago. After a long night
Who's Coles?
I didn't
of
know he
working
was
at the World Series
I
of
didn't know
Poker.
he was rated up there.
heading over to the Gold Coast Bowling Alley for $1 midnight games, after midnight games,
For as much
some
money as he
TGI
was
Fridays,
playing
chicken
poker, it might
tenders,
cost him a lot.
a pitcher of beer from the bar there. Great times.
Guy
Shout out
wins
to Gold
Every
Coast.
time I looked at an update, every time I looked at my poker state chat to upload,
was
oh,
getting
second place, second place, second place.
He's probably not losing at bowling either, though.
Yeah, he's not getting a bad line on his average or anything.
I might have the worst form, honestly.
You have the worst what?
I might have the worst form.
Form?
When I come, I'll take that crown from you.
But I'm pretty good. Like I'm rolling
I'm
like
not.
170s, like average.
All right, chat,
What's
let's
your
hear
average,
it.
Josh? First game you show up, what are you going with?
117. No.
Come on.
30.
Dude, I've bowled 3 times in the last 20 years.
That's what I said, and I showed up and I said.
Josh is just setting the
table.
table.
Oh,
right now.
100%.
It'll be about that.
He's taking the kids to school here.
He's going to
have,
punt the
like,
first
I'll
game,
have
throw an
lunch.
87.
Yes. No, he might even lose 15,000 the first night.
3 open frames.
Yeah, I had a lot of open frames. When I
Tough
first
spot
started.
here for
I think
Andress.
I rolled a 99 and a 207 back-to-back games.
Has Hooney gone?
No,
He's probably pretty decent, right?
I would hope so.
Zhao on
Has
a
bowling
good run
alley.
of cards.
And
Aces and
his
now
best friend
queens.
is like a pro.
What's
player.
Arieh
He has like
got
back
here?
problems or something.
Again with the dominating pair.
Like he doesn't really play.
Mystery cards
Should get
for
less of-
Arieh, which makes this even more intriguing.
His friend?
In the small blind, no less.
I'm going with ace-jack suited.
225.
He's going to be a
Oh,
better,
baby, 225.
contact.
Arieh putting quite a bit of his
help you,
chips to work here from the small blind, signaling a
My dad
very
was out here,
strong
he would
range.
actually revel in the opportunity to help you.
Does he still bowl?
He's got some shoulder stuff going on, but yeah.
I get
But he's
pain
feeling
like
good.
right here when we play a lot of games in one night. I don't know.
My thumb starts to hurt a lot. The friction of the release.
I don't
What
feel
is
that.
happening?
Yeah, I
These
was
guys
getting
bowl a lot.
one of
I
the
was gonna
days
say,
when
David
I
Coleman's in
my
there.
first finger was
Jesse
done,
Lonis
got
is in there. I think
this.
he's pretty good. Matthew Watman's always playing. They've even got Nick Schulman to come out with them a couple times.
I'm telling you, the kids these days need to be in an air-conditioned room. We used to walk 18 holes with the clubs on our back. Now we're bowling.
I'm just happy they're out there, not behind screens, you know?
Yeah. Zhao makes the call, and now Andress with 560 behind.
I mean, is there a chance he back jams us? Oh, look at that. Well
Oh.
done. Good discipline there. I'm starting to get the sense that Zhao might be more on the conservative side, and the players are aware of that.
Of course, indicating the Rabinowitz way he played queens.
Yeah.
Now Andress with the call fold with pocket nines there. Arieh, of course, doesn't care one bit about stuff like that.
Should have been in there.
He's going to try and make something happen. And top set for Andress, flushed away here. And now Arieh, who might have a broken card as far as the RFID readers go, have not picked up on the signal of his cards just yet. However, this man left with basically a pot-sized bet going up against the biggest stack at the table. Not many options here, Donnie.
No, this will be tricky, especially if he's got
All in.
underpairs, jacks,
Oh,
tens.
baby.
Wow.
Arieh with the jam and the quick call from Zhao. Still waiting to get eyes here. And it's jacks versus queens.
Right, I had nines. So tilting.
And nines for Andress in the muck already. Arieh looking for a jack and a jack only to survive here with 1.7 million in the middle. Got a feel for Arieh here. The overpair with the backdoor hearts. And the queen on the turn.
Good luck, boys.
That will seal it. Josh Arieh first casualty here at this final table. Nothing he could do there.
No, nothing he could do there. You get jacks in that spot, just really unfortunate. On that flop, even more so.
Nines.
Nice.
Andress would have ended up losing after thinking, you know, oh, I would have won this one. 9,600 plus the bounties. I think Josh might have had 3 of them.
I couldn't hit a queen against him.
So if I had 800 like I started, I'd probably call. What's it?
Said I
Zhao
couldn't
gets
hit
another bounty there. Looks like he's going to be up to 6. As he soars up over 2 million.
The lore of Zhao continues to build here.
And you're the beneficiary.
That owns.
Very small
Yeah,
pay jump.
When I was in high
Going
school
from 6 to
bowling,
5.
like, all those skin problems on the fingers, we've used so much new skin. You know what new skin is?
It's a product.
Yeah, it's like a thing. It's like you just like paint it on like it's nail polish on your skin. It forms like a second
Look
layer.
at the
It smells
Event 1
Yeah.
PGT Bounty Blitz chip counts.
Yeah, I golfed in
Quinn
like 3 weeks
Zhao
and I played the other day and my hands
on
was
2.4
tore up.
million. Jeremy
All the
Becker
calluses that
coming
you
up the
build
rear
for, like,
with
6 months.
385,000.
You
That
must
was a
affect your
monster
golf too,
pot
right?
there. That saw
I
Arieh
was
depart.
practicing a lot. And in my backyard, 'cause I have, like, a
Final
lawn
5
right
guaranteed
now,
11,700.
nice turf mats. I'm not like killing my back, and my hands just got torched. They're a little better now.
Yeah, I mean, they build up pretty quick. You could just use 2 gloves.
Donnie,
Depends
I
on the
need
grips used,
I
too.
need
My
like
grips aren't
ASAP
too.
behind the scenes
got big
footage, vlog, whatever, of these
I actually
high
noticed
stakes
that
bowling
yesterday.
nights.
I was like,
Really?
Yeah,
just
I
noticed
mean,
right now.
you get a slight
big guy.
glimpse through the various Instagrams out there.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy Becker put some stuff out
Ever
there.
do any rock climbing?
Chino Ream, always
I
putting
tried
stuff out
indoor
there.
when I lived in Bay Area, but not too much.
I think Jesse Lonas is pretty good.
Donnie, Jesse
I don't know
Lonas
that big hands are
probably
advanced
believes that he
as
could
an
win
edge, but
at anything in life.
I think best rock climbers
He
are
must be
small.
good at
Yeah,
bowling
that's-
too
that's
because
for
he's the
sure.
chosen one.
Of course he is.
My
I
roommate was
mean, he's
a
good at bowling. He's good at
climber in
basketball.
California
He's good at
mountain rescue
poker,
team.
obviously.
He's on these like glacier, alpine trips when he was younger before he had kids.
That's super cool.
He tried to get us into it.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it.
Raise 45.
The pocket pairs continues to rain down on this final table as Lichtenberger picks up pocket 8s. Once again, welcome to the show if you're just tuning in, whether you're watching on PokerGO.com, on our YouTube channel, or elsewhere. I believe we are streaming in various different locations. Please give us a shout. Hit us up on Twitter at @RamKorinkama, at Donnie_Peters. Or, of course, hit us up in the chat. We're going to be here for 5 straight days. Donnie and I manning the ship for the first 3. Then Jeff and Brent for the final 2 events. It sort of feels like a bit of a reset, this event, Donnie. Like the August month to me is always a blur post WSOP, but now I feel like we're back on the grind.
Yeah, I mean, the PGT's back.
Yes.
I feel like I was kind of waiting. I was like, when's it coming back? When's it coming back? I obviously knew it was coming back September 1st, but it was like, is it here yet? Is it here yet? Is it here yet? And now it's here, and like, let's go. You know, part of me is like, I kind of had to refresh myself on what happened in the first half of the season. You know, the other part of me is like, I'm so happy it's back. I'm happy to charge on through to the PGT Championship at the end of it all. So
yeah, Poker Masters right around the corner as well. Donnie, what else do we have to look forward to on the PGT calendar?
We got the PGT Las Vegas Classic coming up.
Even sooner than the Poker Masters.
And then we have the the PGT Masters. The Poker Masters coming up. That's all this month. I mean, it's like something like 20, 23 days or something of poker tournaments on the PGT in the month of September. You guys can, of course, go to pgt.com/schedule, and you can check it out there. That PGT Las Vegas Classic, that is a $3,300 buy-in. The Poker Masters this year, for the first time ever, is opening with what we're calling the Poker Masters $1 Million Showcase, $5,300 buy-in, multi-flight tournament. So we're doing that. That's brand new. We got the PLO series coming up in October. We just added some NAPT Las Vegas events, which are taking place here in Vegas. Those also count towards the PGT. So it's just PGT all over the place.
If you're a fan of tournament play and tournament final tables, just keep it right here on PokerGo. We'll deliver the goods for you week after week after week until we hit the holiday season, I want to say. Zhao versus Lichtenberger taking it to the turn here. Ace of clubs pops up. Both players with a pair of 10s.
Zhao is just, he's just had the best of it every time. Like, he's just one-upping his opponents all the way.
Check, check on the turn. 7 of diamonds completes the board. Zhao with a small bet of 50,000. Quick call here from Lichtenberger. He's going to see the bad news.
Good.
At least not that costly as Zhao continues to extend his chip lead.
Not owned.
By the way, Nick's so funny.
All right, still 5 players remaining here in Event 1 of the PGT Bounty Blitz. It's been a good start so far. Josh Arieh just flying out in that massive pot. And here's a look at the next generation of poker tools. Octopi Poker is the next generation study system for everyone, from casual players to elite pros like Steven Chidwick. It's fun to use, affordable, and full of features. Head on over to octopipoker.ai and check it out right now. Once again, that is octopipoker.ai. Check it out right now. Shout out, by the way, to the logo of the PGT Bounty Blitz. I love the fact that we were able to incorporate a skull into this. Did legal sign off on this, by the way?
Doesn't matter. Did you see the trophies?
Yes, they look sick.
You like them?
Yeah. Well, did you see the laser beams on the thumbnail?
No.
You didn't see it?
Oh, no, I missed that, sorry.
We added laser beams.
10 seconds. Option?
Poker's fun.
Oh,
It's good to have fun. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, you owe me for it.
I love it. That's great.
I mean, you don't have to pay me right now.
I got you.
Pay me today.
I don't want to forget it.
He thought you might have owed him 6. I was like, I was told 4.
We have a chat, me and him. Wow, you have to wait for me to cash in my bounties.
That's 1.
Alex 9000 saying conservative big stack is unstoppable. I mean, if Zhao keeps picking up hands and making top pair, then
There's something here, right?
it's going to be tough to beat him.
I'll probably stay here, but I don't know. Why you're thinking of going?
No. I kind of wanted to, but I don't want to travel anymore.
There's no way to do both, right? It's one or the other.
You could. You could play the 3K and then go, but you can't play the PokerGo stuff, I don't think.
I think I'll stay
I've been
here.
traveled for poker since 2018.
2018?
Yeah.
Where was your last trip?
At Bahamas, PC, the
Yes,
5K,
yeah.
First one.
the very first one.
Hasn't traveled to poker since 2018. That is 2018, Donnie's a long time ago.
That's yeah. I mean, if it happened pre-pandemic, it's almost
go to
like non-existent in my mind.
Might be my first one.
I think I'll go to Bay Wall. Are you a shooting star, Chewy?
What's that?
Are you a shooting star?
I don't know. I'm not gonna go.
Probably not.
Got a 6-week-old baby. Where's he's not going anywhere?
Speaking of how time is so warped, you know how sometimes you're like, oh, 1990 is only 10 years ago? Or sorry, the year 2000 is only 10 years ago? Or weird stuff like, oh, the pandemic was just last year? Like, time goes so fast. My wife and I were looking at photos from a trip the other day, and she goes, this trip was 4 years ago. I'm like, damn, where's the time gone?
I think I paid $1 million though.
I don't know why people are sympathetic at all. I'll trade.
Chewy was a big chip leader for much of day one. That's why he's got a stack of those bounty chips.
It'd be a shame.
Yeah.
I do think he should have just bounced.
Yeah, that would have been the.
Got home, tweeted like stomach problems. You know what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Jesse said they didn't have much time to decide. They had like less than 10 minutes.
That's another thing. They actually had as much time as they wanted. It's like, well,
Yeah.
they could just pass. You know, chips are just gonna get passed back and forth if they're not at the table.
As Donnie mentioned, the PGT Venetian Classic, a brand new event coming up next week. Plenty of points up for grabs for the standings, which is going to be a fun race until the end of the year. You can check out the leaderboard on pgt.com/leaderboard top 40, qualifying for the championship, and none other than main event champion Michael Mizrachi on top currently, chased by some monster names. Alex Fox and Sam Soverell, Nick Schulman and Daniel Negreanu completing the top 5. And as we scroll down the list of players, we see some interesting names right around that 40th place.
You're killing it.
There are some qualifiers, however,
huge
Donnie,
pot.
for the players to get into
Could've been
the
way
championship,
bigger. Yeah, I
other
don't know
than
if
the
we're
top
playing
40.
hands.
Yeah, the main one being you have to have 3
you played
caches in PGT events. The man you mentioned on top, Grinder, needs to find a third. He's got 2 caches right now. He is well aware that he needs to find a third. He said to us, don't worry, I'll get it.
He's too busy on the slot machines.
Yeah, you know, I did see he's hosting some like big slot tournament.
That's the most Grinder thing to do. Some of the players on that top 40 bubble include Ben Lamb in 40th place, Zhao Vieira, Brian Rast, Ben Tollerine, Texas Mike, Jim Colopy, and Brent Kenny just shy of the top 40, all who have at least 3 caches, so they would just need some points in order to jump into the top 40. So that race will be fun to follow all the way throughout. Some other players who need to be careful include Patrick Leonard, Donnie, who put in a huge grind in Las Vegas. Of course, documenting it all on his Instagram page, has been a frequent visitor here of the PGT, or the PokerGO studio, I should say. And I expect him to return to the final table here any day now.
Yeah, he's going to be away for a couple weeks playing WQ, playing the big online stuff. You know, obviously Patrick Leonard comes from the online poker streets, so he'll be focusing on that. I believe he's up in Vancouver right now, getting focused on chasing down some more Coop titles, maybe another leaderboard title. But I would expect him, when that's all said and done, to get back on down here, maybe for Poker Masters, maybe a little bit sooner. Of course, we know Patrick Leonard can play all the games and play them very well, so something like PLO series I don't think is out of his wheelhouse to be in the mix for. So he loves the leaderboards, does Patrick
What are your
Leonard. So
constraints as a bowler?
hope we get him back.
Like weaknesses?
What are his weaknesses?
I use a light ball because I feel I'm very accurate with it. So
You're pretty consistent, right?
yeah, some games like I won't get many strikes because the ball is so light. But like
I used a 12-pound ball until I bought mine, and I just jumped straight from 12 to 15, and I didn't lose any accuracy. I didn't feel.
I got a 215 last night using a 9 the whole night.
Did you have
I
a
was
side-
slinging it though.
Did you have a side bet on it?
No.
You're just, yeah.
Yeah. just the 9, like, if I have like 1 or 2 pins for the spare, like I'm just getting it every time, I feel like.
I don't think you'll lose as much accuracy as you think. I mean, 3 pounds is, you're not a tiny person. You're like,
I don't know, I just
You're
feel
an
like I have
adult
so
man.
much control.
10 seconds.
this is like 3 pounds.
Like the game I sent you the score last night was all 9. I only used a 9 that game.
Donnie, what weight ball do you use when you go bowling?
I've been bowling in
You're pretty
forever.
dexterous. Like I've seen you do that between the legs. It's pretty wild.
He's like insanely accurate with it.
Yeah, I like the between the legs when there's a spare on the left side. I feel comfortable with it.
I mean, probably a 12. I don't know. It sounds right, but I have no point of reference
That's why
here.
I'm curious
I don't even
about
know what
you
any of
think
it
I can
means.
do to help you because you have good accuracy. Maybe it's your approach. Maybe it's like where you're aiming and like where you're standing.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
What was it, forehands? Yeah.
I wish I could take the ball back further.
Yeah.
Lighter ball.
Like get more extension. But when I do that, I feel like my timing on like my feet, I'm like, I can't sync it up.
You should try to sink it without the ball first and then use the really light ball and
build up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that's what looks so good about yours. You get a lot of like extension and width on it.
The big backswing, it feels good.
Raise 40.
Used to bowl, of course, growing up a lot, birthday parties, whatever. And then we moved as Andress jams here. Probably going to get this through against the ace-8 off. But we moved from Buffalo, New York to New Hampshire. And then we went bowling in New Hampshire with
The guy who
my aunt and
basically
uncle at the
introduced me to
time.
poker used to run the pro shop at the
And they
bowling
had
alley with, like, drill
candlepin
balls.
bowling.
And
What is
he-
that?
Basically, the ball is like the size of a
He's really tall
softball.
guy,
What?
and he basically went
So
like
you just-
full
And the
vertical.
pins,
You chuck it overhead or
the pins are thin,
Did you
like
ever bowl
narrow,
before?
like they look like
There's a ball,
candles.
No.
6 feet in the air.
No, but you can wing the ball.
Yeah.
Absolutely wing the
he's
freaking
pretty
ball.
good.
Halfway down the lane.
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
And I just remember going and being like,
That's
"This isn't
wild.
bowling. What is this? What is this?"
I see some guys doing that when we're out there like drinking. And they're just launching it.
I mean,
halfway down.
I mean, when he's like trolling, he throws it 6 feet in the air, but he throws it way higher than most people, and he's pretty good. Like he'll usually bowl around 200.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Guess you're getting it closer to the pins.
We need a PGT bowling league. Maybe we need the top 40 to be decided if there's a tiebreak.
People when they're like in the lanes, they're not expecting the ball to come.
Chewy here with the raise on the button. It's going to take it down. It's been quiet here at the table, action-wise. Hoping to keep you all entertained at home. Please let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you have any questions about life or
I
poker
got used to it when
or
I
Vegas.
Life.
had gone a few times with
Or
you guys,
bowling.
but
Don't ask us
those,
for
like,
life
disco
advice.
lights, it's pretty wild.
Sometimes you're like walking up to the lane and about to throw, and the fucking lights go
It
off.
just shuts off.
On
It
the
goes
pins.
complete dark.
Have you seen this at Red Rock at night?
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
But it's way better than any other place. It's just way more expensive, but whatever.
The vibes are good.
Well, the
Right.
lanes were really
Convenient.
inconsistent
Really
at Gold
convenient.
Coast. I
What
remember.
is?
Yeah, they are inconsistent, but I
Oh,
like
the
going
vibe.
there.
Vibes, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the food there's nice too. Like there's,
At Red Rock?
yeah, like you can
Yeah.
go and eat before or after, and you know the Orleans or South Point's pretty.
10 seconds.
Pretty what, huh?
I love South Point. It's my local movie theater.
I mean, but if these guys are playing 1K a game, I mean, you can't be going to South Point. You got,
You think
they,
Gold,
they need a classier
you think
joint.
Gold Coast is classier than South Point?
I have a big pair.
By the way, we got an all-in action here.
Force.
Rabinowitz puts Becker all in. Blind on blind violence here as
Chewy, be
Becker
honest, how do you feel?
with the dominating ace-8 looking for a double up.
Hesitation, you know what it means.
Oh no.
This is the time to shift it. This
Oh
is the
my
time
God.
to airbend.
All right, here comes the flop.
Well, now you made me less confident.
King
oh my
10
God.
deuce.
No, but
Two
now you
hearts.
dispelled it. You got
But I
Rabinowitz
really just want an ace now after your
looking for a
reaction.
9 or running hearts.
Get the ace of hearts.
Take that.
3 of diamonds, not going to do it. A 9 and a 9 only now.
265.
Confidence there by Becker. Let's see if it backfires. Almost. 7 of diamonds on the river. Jeremy Becker with the double up to 550. Rabinowitz takes another hit.
One version of poker would be to let him pay you for one more card.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually he's open-ended. I'll just take it.
You know, Becker's in
But at some
here,
point, like, you
I
pay
feel
him
like
enough,
90% of the time for PGT events, but
Yeah.
only has 52 points
all-in
this season.
negotiations.
Wow.
So he's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but as his head says, Donnie, he's just here to have fun.
No, I didn't think you were going to.
He's here to make
but
poker great again.
No, there's gonna be a sweat.
Shout out to
you
the
were kind
CPT.
of,
There's always a sweat.
Yeah, Becker was gifted that hat
manifesting
yesterday
No, I
from
wasn't manifesting.
Commissioner
winning.
Tim
I just know
Duckworth, and he
Chewy's
absolutely
won
loved it.
With the feel, like I just wanted to know
So are
how
you,
he.
bro.
Yeah, but
You
you're
had a little bit of nervousness when you turned your cards over, but then you quickly dispelled it.
No, the nervousness was when you didn't answer my question.
I felt good about it. So
It did seem like you felt good.
yeah, I felt good.
You were at peace with everything.
Life goes on.
Yeah.
Chewy won the first tournament of the season, way back at PGT kickoff.
That feels like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Speaking of the whole time thing, right?
Yeah. I had a child in the meantime.
How is the child?
The child is doing great.
That's great.
Shout out to Teddy. 3 months old yesterday. Actually, 2 days ago.
Is this your Chino Reem moment?
Oh yeah, I gotta
Shout out Teddy.
Shout out
Daddy
Teddy.
loves you.
Daddy the problem is I can't wave to him.
130. Going for the parlay.
Rabinowitz attacking from the button this time around, and Becker with the same holding as he doubled up with, coming with 130, and that's going to get it done.
Rabinowitz on a bit of a slide here.
You got to use bowling terms, Donnie.
But we're up.
I got nothing.
There's no terms for like when you miss?
Yeah, gutter ball.
Gutter ball. Gutter ball, Rabinowitz. Here's a look at the Play Poker Go platform. Win a dream seat to play in the 2025 PGT Championship. Play free on playpokergo.com to enter. The deadline, December 10th, 2025. Go to pokergo.com/rules. Available on web, iOS, and Android. No purchase necessary. 21 years or older and U.S. only. Well, if you're in the U.S. and you're 21 years or older, you're an idiot if you don't sign up for playpokergo.com, because you could win a seat into the PGT Championship. And Donnie, that's a pretty dope event.
It is a pretty dope event. All you guys have to do, it's this simple. You got to go to playpokergo.com, or you can download it on iOS or Android, and play a single hand. Create a free account and play a single hand of free online poker. That's all you have to do between now and December 10th. If you already have an account, because of course we have pushed you guys to play PokerGo before, then all you have to do is just play a hand. Between now and December 10th, you're entered into the drawing, and you could be playing in the PGT $1 Million Championship here in Vegas, here at the studio, and that event has a $500,000 first place prize. Somebody's going to win it, so why the heck can't it be you?
And this is where you tell me that I can't play?
Yeah, this is you can't play unless you quit the company. You want to give me your resignation right now, that's fine.
Oh, yeah. I did play many hands, but I guess I'll leave the chances up to you guys at home to try and get into that event. So, by the way, playpoker.com.
Thank you.
If you want to get in the mix. Fun, fast-paced action from your seat at home. If you're not in the U.S., you can still play on there. You're just not eligible for the prize. It is a very fun, fast place to play. I love fast poker. Becker raising it up to 50K with King 9, looking to build his stack up a bit more. King 5-6. Open-ended straight draw here for Andress as Becker flops top pair. Could see some action here, Donnie. Is this check raise territory for Andress, perhaps? Do we have enough equity to just stick it in here after the c-bet?
I mean, he might just want to come with a check call, keep this pot a little bit smaller. I mean, maybe he just decides to, you know, check raise, get it in, but I think check call here is pretty fine.
Andress does make the call. Turn card, Jack of Spades. Becker's king a bit stronger now.
Becker probably going to size up a bit here. 2 flush draws. Oh, okay, he comes with the check back.
Free card here. Brings the 10 of clubs on the river. Now, can Andress try and bluff here? Are we supposed to just always give up here with the misdraw?
Probably some sort of mixing coming in here. He does have that 7 of clubs in his hand, which he might want to leverage as a blocker to the flush.
10 seconds.
140.
Andress does come with 140.
I think Becker's going to pay this one off.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how weak does Becker's hand have to be here?
I mean, this hand's just too good.
This hand
decent,
is too good.
Kicker,
yeah, he makes the call here, rakes it in, but you know, if we have a random jack, if we have a a strong 6, do we then decide to call as well?
I would say probably not a 6, maybe a hand like ace jack. If he does decide to bet that on the flop, check back turn. Nice little
9.
run here for
Money
No.
card.
Becker.
No, I would have found a way out.
Becker up 455,000 chips since the start of play.
Mr. Nemesis saying, is there a clock or should I leave now? There is a clock in play.
Pop a parlay.
If you see the red little
Again.
chips there next to the player stacks, those are the bounty chips. Under them, for most of the players, the square little plaques, the silver ones, those are the time extensions.
Baseball.
Those time extensions were 30 seconds each. Players on the PGT tend to play pretty fast in general.
There he is, Mr.
Of
Lanes
course, there
himself.
will be some decisions when
He actually, I mean,
they need to think some things over, but
He
for the
said
most part,
anytime,
it moves
like,
along quite
you wanna
nicely.
Go there to text
He's
him.
like, you don't have to spend money at Red Rock.
For real.
Probably should.
Players are talking about Chris Hunican,
Yeah,
Big
he
Huni.
play.
He
I
is in the
wouldn't
building
play
for event
that.
number 2. He lives at where they call the
Might throw
compound,
a shot.
and he has a 2-lane bowling alley in his house.
Oh my God! Of course he does.
And obviously has told the guys, why pay? Just
Yeah.
come on over. I've seen plenty of those Instagram stories from Huni's house.
Incredible. Every Las Vegas mansion with more than 5 bedrooms should come with a bowling alley.
On.
And here comes Andress shoving his last 235,000 with pocket 6s, and it looks as though this is
235.
going to quickly get back around to Lichtenberger.
Close-ish here. A little bit closer with how short Andress is. Of course, you have that bounty in play. It's worth 2K if he does KO Andress.
The bounty.
And there it is.
Oddly
mention
reminiscent of our
of the
conversation
bounty.
yesterday, yeah.
Similar hand.
What's that?
Similar hand.
I had a similar hand.
Yeah.
Did you have King Queen?
No.
That's good for me. The gods weren't going to let you go down twice like that.
Maybe you made the right fold and he made the wrong fold.
What's that?
Maybe you made the right fold and he made the wrong fold, but he got rewarded.
The wrong call you made?
Yeah, wrong call. Yeah.
No, I think so.
Lichtenberger again with a playable hand. This time ace-8 suited makes it 55,000. And dynamics-wise, Donnie, I'm almost a little bit surprised that Zhao is sitting back at this particular stage of the tournament. We're 5-handed. He has all the chips, and he has all the options to pressure players, especially Lichtenberger, Becker, and Rabinowitz.
Yeah, I don't recall him pressuring players a lot on day one, even though he had a pretty healthy stack. Even if he wasn't the chip leader at
Do you
points on
think,
day one, he did have a very healthy stack. You know, but he kind of just sat back and
Your
let
friend
things
Matt
come to
is
him,
anti-sweating you right now?
which could go with,
Watching?
you know, some of the play we've seen so far. Rabinowitz most notably with the
Yeah.
queens versus the aces. Didn't go too nuts when he had those queens. Maybe he knows a thing or two
Not
about
gonna
playing with
yell.
Zhao, that he's more of a guy who's not just going to get after it a ton. He's going to kind of let things come to him. So,
I had some questions
so
for
far,
Josh
Zhao has
about how they
been a little
market
bit more
their
conservative,
poker stick,
but it's also working out for him. So I
listings.
can't fault him for
He's
doing
on
so.
there, right?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And Andress gets the win.
I don't
A
think
few
he does
bots
it.
here.
There's
Back up to 415.
It's like a.
He's not the one.
Yeah, no, I know. You kept your.
Oh, you kept it. All right. What's going on?
Andress the shorty still, but has 16 bigs to work with, which is a playable stack.
Oh my god.
You think Chino's going to pop in at some point?
Oh, 100%. if Chino doesn't pop in, it's not a real PGT event. I think there's also less points up for grabs if Chino doesn't show up.
Your biggest supporter.
Jack 10
No.
6 all hearts here. Rabinowitz with a monster flop.
No.
A really good spot for him to continue. Probably come on the smaller side here with this monotone texture,
This might be the year of
and
Seaward.
ultimately just start building it to get the pot in against the short stack Andress. But Andress, of course, has nothing.
Well, the
But you're
year's
saying
not
coming
over.
up?
Yeah.
And he had a sick year last year.
I know.
He actually just had a huge score
He did?
in Barcelona.
Oh, sick. What do you win?
You got third.
Was it third? He
He
got
got
like
third.
380 or
The
something?
big, yeah, the big
No,
10K
the
high roller at
10K
the end.
at Barcelona.
Oh, wow.
At the end.
So they must be talking about Nick Seward.
Solid fourth, fifth, dude.
Didn't play this event.
Oh, it's
Believe he
more
was
you?
one of those
Yeah,
guys
it's like
on a
1.2,
plane.
1.18.
I think it was fourth in the
I know,
10K
I
high
know what the
roller,
380 was.
which was won by a guy we've seen in the studio before, Vlad Tomasowskis.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Probably
Of Poker
someone
Masters fame.
Yes, of course.
I think I
Yeah,
only
Nick
knew the
Seward did
Americans
well
on the
in that
table,
tournament over there, so
I
good
knew
on him.
them, but didn't know them.
Now come put it in play over here, buddy. Let's go. Tens for Andress. This will be going in here.
All in?
And nines for
Oh,
Darren.
wow.
For
Rabinowitz
sure one of my best friends in poker.
has been
For sure one of my best friends in poker.
Yeah, he's
in
good.
plenty of spots like this already today. Lost the minimum with queens versus aces, but now about to lose a chunk unless he finds a 9. Zhao finally wakes up again, making a raise, but runs into it here. Just going to run the math here to see if the bounties at stake are worth a gamble, but they are not. And we're going to see a showdown here between Andress and Rabinowitz. 10s versus 9s. Rabinowitz looking for some help, but Andress the one at risk here.
Overcards?
Yeah.
Andress looking to fade a 9. Comes king 6-5, 2 diamonds. Rabinowitz looking for a 9 and a 9 only. His diamonds are dominated, so that backdoor option not available to him. Could go runner straight, however. And now with the 8, the 7 becomes an option.
Tripled his outs.
Yeah, that's not a bad turn card at all. River card, the Jack of Hearts. And Andress will double the 755. Rabinowitz now, after previously sitting on about 1.3 million.
Has he won a pot today?
Now down to 500K. And he's not been having a good run at it.
Rabinowitz came in second in chips behind Zhao, was right there with him, and has lost about
done
2/3 of his
PGT
stack
grind?
throughout the day.
I've never played outside of the U.S.
Might be time for you to go teach those Euros a lesson.
Yeah. You've done it a few times?
I went a lot like back in the day. Yeah.
Becker is so American. It's like the most incredible
I
thing.
used to like Prague, but it would.
I never went
Never
there
go
because
if I
they
was
always
still
had stuff
playing
in
full time.
December, even before the bigger stuff emerged.
They had the what 5 diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah. You used to be able to play both, I think. Or you'd be able to play the main.
You
and
could, but it was chaos.
Yeah. Usually depended on like if I want a package or something for Prague. So
Right.
playing online so much.
10 seconds.
He still will. He still.
What's
He
that?
still will. He will call. I win this part.
Yeah,
Oh, you would have won. Yeah. Or Jack. I see. Yeah, that's good. Thanks, Darren.
Zhao lying? He's saying he would have busted Andress, but he had queen 4.
That's funny. Maybe he thought he had jack 4. It's a strange.
Or he could just be, because he hasn't entered a pot in a while, right?
Right.
So maybe he finally comes in. It has, also he thought about it a little bit, just trying to posturing, being like, yeah, I had king queen off, something like that. As long as that card reader is right, he had queen 4 suited. So trying to make the people think he's playing good cards. Rabinowitz's ace high remains best here. Darren did check call 25K on the flop, but it's been checked down since. Does Becker want to take a shot here on the end? King high could have some showdown value.
180.
And look at this. The over bet from Becker, 180 into 125. Trying to target these exact type of hands, these ace highs, maybe something like an ace 4, ace 6 that might have made a 2 pair, but you put a lot of pressure on those and he gets it done.
Becker approaching 1,000,000 chips now. Rabinowitz the short stack. Pay jumps are small here at this final table, but still 45K up top and some bounties up for grabs. So these guys playing for it regardless of how big the money is. And of course, points. Becker needs those. Andress again with a monster now. Ace king for him.
Save you.
Zhao calls from the big blind with ace 3 offsuit. Heads up action here. This comes 9-8-3. Zhao pairing his 3, but by no means an easy spot to play, as Andress does have the backdoor nut clubs. 10 of spades on the turn.
Barcelona. Okay, back.
This thing gets checked down rather quickly
the
as the
opposite
7 of
typically,
spades
right?
completes the board.
Smaller.
Zhao now going to lead for 50,000.
Yeah,
And
because
Andress
people won't,
just
like,
not showing anything here, Donnie.
later and stuff.
No, I mean, that's a tough texture against the big blind to be able to continue with. Plus your hand, ace king.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It still has enough showdown value that you can probably just check it down
Tournament, you're
fine.
at least, like,
So twice now with ace king for Andress, hasn't been able to make anything of those, but
just run more satellites to the 10K one. To the regular series, like opener ones. You guys should just do a few more satellites.
Welcome to all the new viewers here. This is event 1 of the PGT Bounty Blitz. 5 days of
Yeah, it doesn't
live
cost you guys
final
that
table
much to
coverage here on our various
do it.
PokerGO platforms. Give us a shout if you're in the chat with us. Shout out to
It
Christy,
gets
by the
new
way.
people playing, and if they have a good
Back in the
experience,
mix.
it
Thank
might
you
turn
for all the
them
late
into, like,
nights
you know.
during the WSOP.
Can you run Saturdays?
Our trusted moderators.
That's cool.
Always looking out for us. It's John Andress. Makes
Yeah,
it
I mean,
50K with
I
King
don't
9
think you're
suited.
gonna get a ton of
Andress
people,
on
but
a bit of a run
if you
here.
get the people who are going to play anyway. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It was too long. It was too much of a commitment, and
That was at Venetian, right?
yeah, it was too crazy of a jump having people go from like a 600 to 100K. Like the
That's
last
sick.
tournament,
That's the dream.
but the last tournaments got nobody. Like they were too big, so it was just like a weird.
Well, it wasn't 100K. Talking about Stairway to Million.
Yeah, that's,
Oh.
that's better.
Which I believe the last one was 25K.
5, 10, 25 or something like that. Even like 1, 5, 10.
220 in
I
the
wasn't
pot
here,
here.
so how it
Lichtenberger
works
versus
is, like,
Andress.
You automatically get a
Andress
seat,
made it 50,
and you're just
Lichtenberger
getting
defended,
less
and then
money.
check called 40,000.
Part of your cash out is the ticket to the next one, right?
I love Stairway to Millions. I wish we would bring
Like
it
the
back.
final tournament.
Favorite trophy, favorite format.
Yeah.
I love everything about it.
The only thing we missed on
remember
is that
seeing
you have to
Stairway to
play all of
Millions,
them in the studio.
I think I
Like
won
that's
one of them. I
part
got
of the
second,
draw.
third.
Right.
Like even like the 1K or whatever the lowest one was, like put it in the studio, you know, because that's why you want to play. Andress continuing to climb, now up over 800,000. Rabinowitz started the day second in chips, is now a short stack. Mirage said, "You're wrong. The Venetian ran one that was 100K. They had to cancel it. But if they had to cancel it, then that means it didn't run." Right? Like I'm pretty sure the only Stairway to Millions top thing that went off was the 25K.
$45 from Zhao here after flopping a straight, but Andress with a pair and a flush draw. We've got the potential here for a real clash. Andress gathering the required amount, comes along and makes the call. Turn card, 10 of spades. 240 in the middle here.
Check.
Action back on Zhao, who checks back, and now the 8 of spades completes the board. Zhao's straight is safe here. This time, however, no check from Zhao, who quickly reaches, betting 75,000 on the river. Andress left with just a pair of sixes after a very nice flop. Andress lets it go. And more for the chip leader. Doesn't seem like he's able to lose at all. Up to 2.6 million.
Same 2 cards.
I also folded a 3. Earlier in my career, 9-3 suited was a very seductive hand for me.
Okay. Was there a backstory, or like you won a big hand with it and just kept playing it, or?
Just baseball, 9 innings, 3 outs. But yeah, I punted off some big big situations with it.
9 innings, 3. I would have never guessed that.
I'm good with hand names.
Oh.
Yeah.
I said kitchens at some final table recently, and no one at the table knew what I was.
That was a special time.
No one knew. Like all 25-year-olds.
All the high stakes online tournaments were playing that for stacks.
Lichtenberger with a beauty here. Anna Kournikova, Donnie.
Oh yeah.
Ace king suited.
Big slick.
King 7-4. Becker with a strong 1-2, but misses, which can save him a ton here.
You think 9 is 1 too low?
What?
You think 9 is 1 too low? You think so? I would have kind of gone with full
I think any pair should.
40K bet in the call from Becker, who wants to see another card before perhaps tossing ace-jack.
Short stack.
Yeah, you're last. Yeah. Oh, close. Maybe not.
Lichtenberger with ace-king, looking to extract on multiple streets.
10 seconds.
160. Some suited aces.
160 now from Lichtenberger, and that should get rid of Becker, even though Lichtenberger would love a customer here.
Button's right.
Let you rep the 5-3.
What's that?
Let you rep the 5-3.
It's actually a. I should be more cognizant of the fact that, like, that's your kind of 9-3.
Yeah.
You have a reputation to uphold. You can't just be folding that hand.
I actually had to fold
Did he
it today already.
Oh, wow, brutal.
I'll send like a Snapchat to my friends sometimes and me just mucking it in like a tournament. I'm a fraud.
You still Snapchat, huh?
Yeah.
That's sick.
I'm big on
Becker did win a huge hand on day one with 5-3 suited.
Donnie, I'm more shocked by the fact that Snapchat is still a thing.
I mean,
That's what you
it's
had when
only
you
a
made
thing
it. You
for
don't have to go all
Jeremy Becker.
When
Pretty
you-
sure it's not a thing for anyone else.
No, but we could share our hands if you'd like.
You'll see it on TV later.
I mean, he's wearing a Making Poker Great Again hat. He doesn't own a computer. He's never played poker outside the U.S. And he's still firing off Snapchats. I mean, he's simply one of a kind, Jeremy Becker.
Snapchat. I feel like I haven't been on Snapchat in like more than 10 years.
You could have told me Snapchat was defunct as a company, and I would have believed you.
Yeah.
Like they're like MySpace. So they got sold and never revived, and that's the end of that.
I should see if I can log into my old account and see who's still posting on there from the people.
Jeremy Becker.
Yeah, Jeremy Becker. My, oh my. Those are the times. Ace 9 6 2 diamonds. On the flop here, Lichtenberger bet 75K. Zhao made the call. Queen of spades on the turn. Zhao pairing his queen after flopping a flush draw. Lichtenberger with a straight draw that's quite inferior to Zhao's holding. But are we supposed to keep barreling here?
I don't think you have enough value in this draw to just want to check it back. I think on this sort of texture, being the under-the-gun raiser, you can continue to rep this board. You know, you put a lot of pressure on some 9s, some 6s. Even the bad aces, you know, can feel a lot of heat on this sort of board because you have all the better aces. You know, you got the aces, you got the ace-queens of the world, all that sort of stuff.
10 seconds.
But we can obviously see that, you know, Zhao got a really favorable turn card for him. But he's just in a tricky spot given the size of this bet. It is pretty meaty, 250 into 300. You know, if Chewy were to have a hand, ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack, stuff like that, he would play it like this, and he would size
like not
it
able
this
to go
way.
for a
So
few
that's
days
what
after
Zhao's
anything.
thinking of.
They're gonna put
6 of
stitches
clubs
in,
on the river.
A week or something?
Very
I think they. I
interesting situation here with Zhao with the quick check call. Does that signal lots of flush draws? Does Lichtenberger have the type of hand on blocking all the flush draws to put in a big bet here on the river?
I think Lichtenberger has
One last round.
a decent candidate here to want to bet. But look at that, he's going to check it back.
Check, check, and Zhao's going to table Queen Jack. And Lichtenberger lets go of a chunk of chips here as Zhao continues to rise.
Oh, sorry.
King Zhao
Cards, had a mark
now
on it.
51% of all the chips in play with 5 players remaining. Utter dominance so far at this final table with 5 players remaining in the first ever PGT Bounty Blitz. If you're just joining us, 5K buy-in, 2K bounties per player.
You said how many 3 hands?
45K up top. First event of the series. Looking forward to seeing it grow over the next couple of days. Lots of people flying in from around the world as many other big events wrap up. As we look at the high-stakes NFL Survivor on SplashSports.com. The Splash Sports High Stakes Survivor World Championship with Phil Hellmuth and Nick Wright is live. Buy in for $5,000 and play up to 6 entries for your shot at winning $1 million. Just pick one pro football winner each week, survive, and the last player standing takes it all. Enter by September 8th at 5 p.m. Go to SplashSports.com/5K, and who knows, you might win $1 million during the upcoming NFL season.
Bit of an overlay right now, if that's your sort of thing. They need 200 entries in that to get to the million. There's 45 right now.
Oh, wow.
And football season's in a couple days. So Remco said the deadline September 8th. So if you've got 5K laying around, get on in there. Let's go.
Are you going to, if it's overlaying, are you firing?
I'm not firing, no. A little bit too rich for my blood, personally.
I thought you were
also,
a
Splash
sharp.
Sports is not allowed in Nevada, so that kind of hinders me.
God. Fair enough. Fair enough. Got to play by the rules. So speaking of not legal in Nevada, all the lottery talk is buzzing again, Donnie.
Yeah, I'm here, meaning I didn't win last night. I was in a pool. You weren't here, but the PokerGo team pulled together money.
Oh, I just gave someone $20.
So there was a good. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Because there was a chance you showed up today and we were gone.
Oh yeah.
We said
sure.
F this.
Yeah, see ya.
See you later. I'm out of here. I honestly, I think Josh Arieh was in there too.
Oh my
he
God,
heard
of
us
course.
talking about it. He said, "What are we doing? I'm in."
Well,
Somebody's going to Cali? Okay, let's go.
Didn't Arieh once buy like thousands of dollars?
Yeah, it was like
tickets?
50K or something ridiculous. He like sourced it all on Twitter and it was a whole thing. So of course he was in there, and he's a pretty lucky guy.
Oh
so
yeah.
as soon as he put his $20 in, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna win this thing." There was a big debate amongst the people. Do we take the lump sum or do we
They're all shutting down.
get the
no?
annual payments?
Dragging in the wind so frustrating.
That would have been fun to have to figure out.
Yeah.
Of course, good problems to have.
Prevailing wind is.
But we didn't win, so it doesn't matter. Did anyone win it?
I don't think so. So Queen 10 off here in the muck, Donnie, from Zhao. Would you prefer to see him raise there, given the dynamics of the situation?
Yeah, I think that would be fine to raise there. I mean, the Queen 10 off, I think plays fine from the button if you do get called by one of these positions. Yeah, they could jam on you. You know, maybe Chu would have found the jam with the Ace 10 off, of course, but I think you still should attack there with the hands like the Queen 10s of the world.
Zhao in the driver's seat to clean up the bounties and take home the top prize. Must be feeling perhaps a little bit of pressure given the opposition and, you know, relatively speaking, the lack of experience in these kinds of spots compared to his opponents.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know a lot about the guy at all. I'm pretty confident in saying he's got less than $100,000 in live tournament earnings. But other than that, you know, I have not seen him compete here inside the PokerGo studio. He's, you know, under the cameras, bright lights, all that sort of stuff. Big spot for him. You know, just winning a PGT event, I think, is a lot of things that players want to achieve. I don't think you would show up here otherwise. So,
All in.
Andress with the jam.
Oh.
Ace queen of hearts. Rabinowitz makes the call with king 10 off. This will be for his tournament life
It counts
in this
your,
blind battle.
ante
I know. No,
before
that's
the
what I was
hand.
telling him.
Yeah.
It doesn't subtract your ante on your count there.
Rabinowitz sliding for the 39 hands leading up to this one. It's not been his day, even though he did some good maneuvering. Can he maneuver his way out of this one? It comes ace 10-6 with one heart. Andress, top pair, backdoor flush draw. Got a bit of a lock on this one as Rabinowitz looks for a king or a 10 to survive.
For real, call a card.
7:30 in the middle.
would've said,
Ace
oh
of
my.
diamonds on the turn, and that'll seal the deal. Darren Rabinowitz eliminated in 5th place, taking home $11,700, and of course, the bounties that he was able to gather leading up to this point in the event. Andress up to $1 million, and now we got 3 very, very similar stacks, all facing that monster chip leader, Qin Zhao.
Yeah, and these are the spots, if you're Zhao, that you don't mind, where everyone else is bunched together and you got the big chip lead. So, yeah, I would like to see him really start
definitely
to
leaving, Darren?
increase the aggression, apply a lot of pressure to his opponents, make them play back at you. Make them find hands, make them make the plays, but while you have this big stack, you know, really lean on your opponents.
There you see it, Zhao with 98 big blinds.
Stuff to do or something.
Andress, Becker, and Lichtenberger all in the 30 big blind range. So still anyone's game here. Lots of play left at this final table as we play 30-minute levels. Donnie, like the lottery is on my mind now. You know, I already spent. I've spent the $2 billion a couple times over now. I believe, what is it, 50% taxes? So there's $1 billion left, and then we have to split that between all of us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the heck it is. I think it's 1.3 million is the jackpot.
Billion.
Sorry, 1.3 million. I'm not
out.
chasing 1.3 million. Yeah.
Well, the point I was going to make, watching this final table, is that I might not tell you that I've won the lottery, but there will be signs. And all of a sudden, I'm on the PGT leaderboard.
I love it. You're just max firing.
They'll be like, Remco has it. Remco's been here a lot, but he doesn't have any points yet. That's okay, though. We can afford it.
I was going to say Becker doesn't want to make 2 pair, but he makes 2 pair. And it's the good 2 pair.
Yeah, Becker with Jack 7 well out in front here on the turn as Andress still open-ended. King of Diamonds on the river. Not a card either player will be excited about.
You know, hearts did miss. Various straight draws missed.
Seconds.
130 is the bet here from Becker.
Young Bandit, highway robbery.
Sit down.
No, I had a huge hand there.
No way.
I did. Top pair.
That's a big hand. That will qualify.
On the river or on the flop?
On the flop.
Accounting for the river card?
Well, most of the hand was played before the river, so I top pair most of the hand.
Yeah. Fair. I rescind my.
I gave him enough chips yesterday. I have to have.
Yeah.
If I bet versus him now, I have it.
Capital I, capital T.
Yeah.
Next flop here, ace deuce 4. Andress, king queen, raising pre-flop. Zhao defending from the big blind with king deuce. $7 o'clock. clubs to the turn after it goes check, check. Zhao now with a pair and a flush draw. Takes it down with a bet. 3 million now for Zhao again. Still above 50% of the remaining chips in play. Let us know in the chat, what would you do if you win the Powerball? That is on my mind right now. So it is 589 million in cash value. I would just disappear. Tell no one about it. Well, the fact that I disappeared probably tells people all they need to know. If you're enjoying the coverage and you're catching us on YouTube, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us spread the good word on our first ever PGT Bounty Blitz series. Event number 2 now underway inside the studio. You can follow the live reporting on PGT.com. That event is a escalator format, Donnie. What does that mean?
It means the bounties escalate. I believe they are 500 to start. So if you knock people out very early, it's only worth 500. Then they go up from there. I'll pull up the structure sheet right now so I get the exact amount for you and I don't misspeak on what the heck is going on in the escalator format.
While you look it up, let me give you some names here. We got Big Hooney in the mix, Jonathan Little. Sergio Ido is here as well. John Reardon, Cherish Andrews, Landon Tice, Chino Ream, Jim Colopy, Shannon Shore. So we got a good lineup
after this level?
right off the bat here.
Yeah, okay.
So $500 bounties while registration is open. And then once registration is open, the bounties double to 1,000. And they last from when registration ends to the last full table before the bubble. So PGT Commissioner Tim Duckworth's going to have to do some math or sorting out there to figure out exactly when. And then after that, there's going to be some bigger bounties that come into play once you reach the money and get a little bit deeper. So
Jack 5 of spades for Becker, enough to raise with, makes it 60,000. And one of the first bits of pre-flop aggression potentially here from Zhao. And there we go with ace-10 coming in for 160.
And this should look very strong. I mean, ace-10 off is a good hand, four-handed no matter what. When you got the big chip lead, you can leverage that, yes. But also just with the way that Zhao has been playing, he's kind of been sitting back a little bit more. So this should look pretty strong overall to Becker.
I had a bad feeling about that hand.
All right, still 4 players left. Can anyone take on Zhao? He is our overwhelming chip leader as we look at the road to the championship. The PGT $1 million championship is the season ender for the top 40 eligible players on the season-long leaderboard. The starting stacks are based on your leaderboard position, and you can win a seat into this exclusive event. Check out pgt.com/dream-seat for rules and ways in which you can win your way to the PokerGO studio for a chance to play in this monster event. $1 million PGT championship event coming at you at the end of this season. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Among those ways to win, 3 of them are entirely free. Okay? 3. We talked about the Play PokerGo one. You just got to go to playpokergo.com, create an account, play one free hand or one hand of free online poker, and you're entered into a drawing there. The PokerGo podcast is doing a giveaway. Every time we have a podcast episode, we talk about it. We point you guys on where to go to get you entered into there. We also have a social media giveaway where you can enter as well. So if you follow us on social media, mostly on Twitter/X, just at PokerGo, you can see the various ways to enter there. It's just complete some simple social media tasks. You earn virtual raffle tickets. You get a drawing. So check all those boxes, and maybe you're in. Let's go. And speaking of let's go for Becker. Kings.
Becker finds
185.
the Cowboys as we are talking about some poker nicknames. Andrew Lichtenberger coming with a 9-3 suited, 9 innings, 3 outs. I had not heard that one before.
That's a new one.
Queen and a spades here for Andress.
Bad
Gonna end up
feeling
in the
about
muck.
that one.
Show the jack.
I don't have a jack.
We got Lambo in the chat on PokerGo.com with some praise, very much appreciated. He says, "I'll swing by the studio to pick up that PGT gear upon my return from my anniversary trip with the wife. See you then, a Lambo."
I do owe Lambo.
How much?
Stuff.
Calling in full.
No, I owe him some swag.
but how much swag are we talking?
I think I promised him like a hoodie or something for sure.
You got to add a hat in there.
He already has the hat.
Okay,
I don't know if he has the new hat, but I think he does. But Lambo, you know, your credit's good here, buddy. Let's go. And where are you? Why aren't you playing? Come on.
Alex in the chat says, "If I win the 500 million Powerball, I'm giving a salary to my 25 closest friends and inviting them to live on my compound." I don't even know 25 people. 25 people on a compound? That sounds...
I'm not giving money to anyone.
That sounds awful to me, actually. I'll build a cabin up in the woods in Utah somewhere with like some Starlink internet and then just ride my bike out in the woods every day.
You'd probably get a nice big plot of land.
Oh.
You'd build your own like course, gravel course.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Dude, funny you bring that up. So my in-laws live in North Dakota and they live by the Missouri River. Nice place, very quiet. But there's a lot of like open land around them that's not really being used. It's sort of like, I guess it might be developed at some point, so it's just wide open. I've been joking with my father-in-law saying, we should just, build a track here, a pump track, maybe a little BMX, a few jumps. I mean, when the little kid grows up in a few years riding the bike, that'd be perfect. I'm gonna have another year to talk him into it, but I think it's gonna work. What is depressing though, I've been looking at like, mountain cottages because escaping the Vegas heat is always good. Look at Mount Charleston, there's some stuff for sale there. Look at maybe Bryan Head, Utah. Stuff that used to sell for $80,000 15 years ago is now worth $600,000.
Oh yeah.
Like nothing is ever going to happen in my lifetime. I'm never going to have a cottage. Never going to have my cabin in the woods.
Well, I guess you're going to have to win Powerball.
I mean, I'm all in. Andress in the small line with ace-jack, probably doing his best to try and look weak here. Very much an above-average holding, four-handed here. Becker, very much below average holding with 6-3 offsuit.
10 seconds.
Andress, no resistance. Donnie Christie asking for some swag in the chat. Can you hook that up?
I thought I sent Chrissy some swag previously. Did you not receive it?
Oh wow, this is controversy brewing right here. Did the mailman steal the PGT swag? Well, a reminder that we have new episodes of No Gamble, No Future out on PokerGo.com as well. The newest episode releasing at 5 p.m. Pacific time today, featuring none other than Phil Hellmuth and Jennifer Tilly. So if you want some cash game action after this final table wraps up, just head on over to PokerGo.com and get locked in. We've been posting some clips on YouTube from the new season of No Gamble, No Future, and they've all been bangers. Like, the hands have been insane. I've been loving the action. Meanwhile, 10-8-5 on the flop here. Becker betting 35,000. Zhao raising it up to 85,000. This was a limped pot pre-flop, and Becker comes along and makes the call. This might be the first time we've seen Zhao do anything other than raise or bet for value. Zhao quickly pumps the brakes. Jack completes the board. Becker probably happy to see a showdown here.
Time extension.
Oh, look at this.
340.
340, the overbet from Becker. Donnie, explain this bet to me. It looks a little different than what I was expecting.
I mean, it's very polar there, right? I mean, that's twice now we've seen Becker come with big overbets. We saw it earlier with the king high. He got Darren Rabinowitz's ace high to fold there. I mean, he was bluffing with the best hand, yes, but still, that was Becker bluffing.
All right, once again, a reminder here to head on over to OccupyPoker.ai because Occupy Poker is the next generation study system for everyone. From casual players to elite pros like Steven Chidwick, it's fun to use, affordable, and full of features. Head on over to OccupyPoker.ai now and check it out. And look at that mustache, by the way. Come on. Like, I have a lot of good facial hair, but I cannot grow a mustache like that. It's, like, not possible.
I don't think that the overbets from Becker are going to catch up to him here in this stream. Players don't have their phones. Doesn't look like they're too interested in like getting caught up on the action. They're just in the moment. But in the future, you know, is that something? So just kind of one of those ones you file in the back of your mind. And, you know, we're in event number 5. We see Becker overbet, and it's like somebody snaps him off with second pair.
Right. I was 100% convinced, Donnie, that whatever was coming out of your mouth had something to do with Steven Chidwick's mustache.
The declaration of the nuts there.
I think he shaved it off.
I'm getting
Oh
the
my
hands,
God.
I'll tell you that.
Bad choice. Bad choice.
I mean, he should have just kept it going.
Yeah, of course. Shout out to an old friend that I used to work with, Alexander Bradley, a videographer back during my Poker News days, now living in Paris. Always rocking the monster mustache. I was very envious of some strong facial hair. But then again, I can't complain. I got more hair on my chin than on the back of my head.
I swear we're not related.
You guys?
Yeah.
No, I don't assume any relationship.
Queen's here for Becker,
Getting hit with the deck at the moment.
raising to 60,000. And Zhao makes the call.
Don't get dizzy. You got a hand to play here.
I know, I feel like I'm getting cocky, but it's just my cards. Like, it's not meant like that.
Interesting flop here. 8-5-4, 2 hearts. Andress with a pair and a gut shot straight draw. Becker with the overpair.
It wasn't what you were going for.
I was
just gonna
thinking
check
more
here.
upstairs. All right.
Jack of hearts on the turn. Nobody with hearts. So Becker's chances of seeing this go to showdown increase a fair bit. Unless Zhao feels obliged to bet here, but he doesn't. 9 hearts on the river. Still no flush concerns, but everyone will be concerned about that. Becker probably thinking, oh man, why like this?
Yeah, he's definitely thinking, what the heck is this run out?
Oh, well, turning his queens into a bluff, I guess?
Yes.
It's all love in the triangle room.
Wow. What is this called? The triangle room?
I think so, right?
Yeah. Not rename it.
The what?
Trap.
The trap.
The trap? What are you talking about?
I
What?
don't get it though.
Like the trap, like your final table, your trap.
Who came up with that? Who approved that?
Clearly,
Oh,
Floorman
okay.
Allen
Yeah.
on his own.
Is it?
Play on the trap. I don't know.
Is this room gonna get used more for final table?
For majors, we'll still probably.
Yeah, in there.
I mean, if size dictates, we have to use this one. Get bigger.
The tourneys. Yeah, it's good.
Bring out a room. Yeah. Feel a little bit. Definitely.
Yeah. Are the dates known yet for PLO?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
You play?
I dabble.
PGT PLO series coming up in October, I believe. End of October.
The dates have changed so many times for that series. You could tell me it's starting tomorrow, and I would
know
believe
my way around a deck of cards well enough to navigate with 4.
Yeah.
Super Juice Man says, betting the queens now? What is this, 2005?
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't really understand that bet. I thought he would just take the showdown, but
I love a good needle in the chat.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
The game I was playing on Saturday, those like Kukuruchu, which is like every dealer chains, put in an ante and then you potter fold.
Oh yeah, someone told me about that
Double
recently.
board, PLO bump.
I've never played that. That sounds cool.
The game was no limit, but they do that. And we had,
Becker betting 55 here.
The game I play in the
And
Barrett,
Zhao comes
there's a
along with
bunch
this
of variations
6.
of that. Like it's one where it's like 2 boards, 2 flops, 1 turn, 1 river.
Queen
so
of
it's not
Hearts on the
split pot,
river.
Or like 1 flop, 2 turns, 2
Let's see if
river.
he's
Same thing, no split pot.
He's going to
Just like
actually
best
bluff
hand wins.
here, or
another overbet?
another over.
Was
I mean,
there
why not?
any- did the button
290?
Get a walk?
I was going to say, yeah, if he bets, it's going to be like
Occasionally,
275 or
like,
something.
If it's short, we were flipping at the end, just 3 of us, so that then it
And
happened,
Zhao's gonna
but
shut down a
yeah,
6 and
like
take this
7
one
or 8,
down.
Almost never.
Makes sense. Welcome back to the trap, bro. It's all right. I just think the connotation of the word trap is misleading in this context.
Ace King for our chip leader, Zhao. And Chewy finds Ace 10. This is blind versus blind. Could be some blood here with these hands four-handed in event number 1.
On.
And there's the jam. Quick call made. And Chewy's going to see the bad news that he is in bad shape here, dominated by Zhao's Ace King. Lichtenberger all in and at risk here. Jack 10-5. Lichtenberger finds a 10 and takes the lead. A king on the turn. Now that puts Zhao in the lead. Lichtenberger needs to find one of the 2 remaining 10s to double up. A queen would chop it.
Good end.
A deuce on the river, so we are going to lose
Easy, guys.
Andrew Lichtenberger.
Go.
Chewy taking 4th place for $14,500. He also gets 24 PGT leaderboard points. That is his 8th cash of the PGT season. And with that finish and adding those points to his total, Chewy goes from 11th to 10th, jumping over Philip Sternheimer on the 2025 PGT leaderboard. Here we see the updated chip counts presented by PlayPokerGo, the home of free online poker, playpokergo.com. Qin Zhao crushing 121 big blinds. 3-handed here. Event number 1 of the brand new PGT Bounty Blitz series. Qin Zhao, the chip leader. Jeremy Becker, 2nd in chips. John Andress, the current short stack.
All in.
Andress jams ace queen off here
That's right.
for 21 bigs.
Yeah, minus the ante, I think.
Where we at here?
Becker opened with a min raise.
Is that right?
Dead small blind here.
Sorry, can I get a count?
Don't.
Becker requesting a count here.
Thank you.
Yeah, you stepped out, Remco, for 1 minute, and Andrew LuckyChewy Lichtenberger busted.
I was literally gone for 90 seconds.
He literally busted the hand you left.
That's incredible.
Ace 10 versus Zhao's Ace King.
I was literally thinking this is the perfect time for a super quick bathroom break. And I was wrong.
I mean, it's good if you want eliminations.
I thought you had last.
Should I try this again?
Yeah.
Once again, by the way, shout out to everyone watching. Please hit the like button if you're catching us on YouTube. Do hit us up in the chat on PokerGO.com or on the YouTube feed. I was going to say the YouTubes, but
The YouTubes, baby.
YouTubes, it's not 2009.
On the tubes.
Remember when YouTube had a maximum video length of 10 minutes?
I mean, yeah. But that also seems like that was years ago.
I mean,
What's
probably-
the maximum length now?
I think it's like 12 hours or something. It might even be longer. I don't know.
I'll check.
I remember Super High Roller Bowl PLO last year, you and I. Jared Blesnick versus Isaac Haxton.
I remember that.
We had to start a new stream because it was going on for too long. And I think that was 12 hours. Could be, might have even been longer. Anyway, Ace, Queen, Deuce, 2 spades here. Andress smashing this one. Even 30,000 too rich here for Becker.
Easy money.
I had it too. Sad.
Which hand? Just now?
Top pair.
Nice.
Big kicker.
That's it.
No breaks here on
155.
the stream. We've got some fancy technology to fast forward.
Want to play online poker for free? With Play Poker Go, you get the thrill of authentic poker anytime, anywhere. From quick casual games to action-packed tournaments, Play Poker Go lets you compete against real players around the globe, all for free. No bots, no gimmicks, just pure poker fun. Hone your skills and enjoy the poker experience you love. Explore Play Poker Go on web, iOS, and Android. Deal yourself in now.
Here I was thinking I would have to
Yeah,
promote
it's
Play Poker
just
Go,
not
but
on
they're
the
doing it
charger.
for me.
It's behind one.
And we are back from that little break. 3 players remaining, battling for the win in the first ever PGT Bounty Blitz. Check out PokerGO.com/schedule for the upcoming streaming events and the releases of new cash game episodes of No Gamble, No Future. New episode dropping tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time. We got the Escalator tomorrow, then the Quattro Bounty, then the Progressive Bounty, and then to cap it off on Saturday, the Mystery Bounty.
And then 5 days of streaming from Venetian.
Yes, you're right.
And then it's like 12 or 13 days plus
oh, wow.
the bonus boys.
The bonus boys.
Day 1 coverage.
Yes, let's go.
For Poker Masters. There's something like 25 days of PGT streaming. Of course, we have the Tuesday episodes of No Gamble, No Future as well, but just the PGT stuff, September is freaking packed.
I hope my wife is not listening to this. I'm not going to be home much.
Well, you know, it's okay. The baby only wants the wife anyway. You're there basically for support.
I feel like he won't recognize me anymore after a while. Damn, I'm looking right now. I'm not kidding. I'm looking at PokerGo.com/schedule. I'm actually shocked at how much we have going on.
That's 50.
4. No.
Becker betting the 4. Zhao calling with the river 5.
It's not valuable.
No, it was. I thought.
Zhao up to 3.7 million. Final 3 players guaranteed 19,300, and of course the bounties they've gathered. And look at Zhao; he's got a pile of them worth 2K a piece. Those red discs worth 2,000 each. For a second, I thought, hey, are we playing the Squid Game?
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out Squid Game. There should be a tournament with Squid Game.
There should. Listen, I'm sure at some point it'll come. Like at some point, right? It just these things always just tend to happen.
I want the other one.
Oh, walk. Look at that.
Becker now, theory-wise, forced to adjust a little bit to the tighter side. He's got a pretty decent
You're
lead
small,
over
right?
Andress. getting heads up definitely
40 out.
has some value. And winning, of course, also guarantees you of your own bounty. So a couple extra dollars to play for.
Raise to 80.
King deuce jack, 2 diamonds. Becker with the ace of diamonds. Zhao with the 10 of diamonds.
That's 80.
Zhao quick with the bet. Tosses out 80. Could get uncomfortable here for Becker, out of position. He's going to make the call. 380 in the middle. Zhao the pre-flop raiser, made it 80,000. 6 of hearts now on the turn. Ace high still best. And Zhao using his big stack to his advantage, betting 100,000. Donnie, good timing here to apply some pressure here on Becker.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. Becker's in that middle ground where Zhao can just like push on Jeremy Becker specifically. Now, Andress isn't super short. He's still got 20 big blinds over there, but Becker's not going to want to do anything crazy. So he's really just going to need to have it against Zhao, especially out of position. So I love that from Zhao, and I hope it continues. Just put the pressure on.
$3.9 million. This is Zhao's tournament to lose. But he's got no worries or concerns. Just seems totally comfortable, as if he does this on a very regular basis. Limp and a check here as we go to the flop on hand number 60 of this final table.
That's 40.
I like the majestic nature of this music, Donnie. I can really appreciate this. Quick shout here for the Rags to Riches promotion. True Classic and PokerGo are giving 15 players a shot at a $5,000 package to compete in a signature end-of-year event. Head to trueclassictees.com/TCPokerGo or scan the QR code on your screen to enter right now. That is trueclassictees.com/TCPokerGo. Tell your story and take your shot. I don't like, make fun of our audience, but I do want to say that if you don't make use of these promotions that we have, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Just giving away stuff.
Yep.
And as evidence that it can amount to something, last year we gave away seats to the WSOP main event to some annual subscribers to PokerGo.
Yes.
Two of the three cashed in the main event. One, Mike Baldwin, cashed for $20K. One, Jesse Simon, 172nd place for $60K.
That's amazing.
From $0.
That's so incredible. Wait, who was the player who didn't believe you when you called him?
There's several of them. They usually don't believe. I mean, because you and I probably get those emails or phone calls. It's like, hey, you won this, or hey, this bank account, or this. Like, there's so many scams out there. So I get it.
That's 105.
And every time, I know Remco just did the True Classic Rags to Riches read, you know, but speaking to the PGT Championship, you know, that tournament is going to be like 50 players max.
Yep.
So, you know, it's not like you have to go through 3,000 people. Obviously, it can happen going through 3,000 people, and that's cool, and that's a great achievement. But you got great odds in the PGT Championship. Get hot for a couple days, you know, you're winning 500K.
Get hot for a couple of days here at the studio this week, and you could also win a couple 100,000.
Tennis you were watching is the one at New York right now?
Yeah, yeah.
The one in New York,
Gamble on it?
Donnie.
Just-
No,
Jeremy Becker is the
I'm
best.
not even a huge fan. I guess it's like interesting when the big names get, you know, deep.
What's the tournament?
U.S. Open.
That's like the top one. That
Yeah, it's
and
one of the
Wimbledon.
majors. Yeah.
Wimbledon? That's what
You know when-
that's what Bill Simmons
You know the
said.
last
Tennis there
election
nowadays.
cycle.
This guy's Sinner, and then
It's,
Carlos Alcaraz is number 2.
It's NAPT Las Vegas last year.
Yeah.
Becker shows up at my table in one of the events.
Never even heard of
Somehow
it.
politics is being talked about. Becker is who's running. Had no idea who was running.
I mean, it has to be a troll at that point.
I honestly think the only things he knows are like what the Las Vegas daily tournament schedule is. And other than that, he has no idea about anything.
I mean, he's focused on all the right things, though.
115 total.
Zhao, meanwhile, unbothered, just raking them in. Barbo in the chat says, I would not believe it if I got that phone call, referencing to the main event seat winners. I mean, I never expect to win anything. So if I would have gotten the phone call, I would have also been like, yeah, sure. I'll fly to, yeah, I'll come to Vegas. No problem. Monster hand here for Zhao. Ace queen off. Comes with the raise. This is a good question, actually, from JT in the chat. What percentage of people just ignore the phone call altogether? Did you ever have to, like, go to, like, the next person up on the list?
Yeah, of course. You know, usually when we do these drawings, our legal team will tell us we have to inform the person that they have 72 hours to respond before we basically roll down the list and go to the next alternate. I mean, it happens. You know, people don't respond or they choose to ignore. Heck, maybe I've won something and I'm just like, no, this is a scam, and I just ignore it. You know, maybe they're like, yeah, you've won, you know, a trip to Disneyland, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, F off.
Yeah,
like,
you never claimed those free penis enlargement pills, Donnie?
Yeah, exactly. No, but it certainly happens. I mean, some people have also turned it down for various reasons. You know, they have prior commitments, they can't make it. You know, it's just
Can't make it.
Listen, I'm with you, but I'm telling you, it has happened. Okay?
Unless my wife is in actual labor, I'll be in the main event.
I'm just telling you, the stuff has happened. Okay.
Shout out to Being Hector in the chat, who says, test. It's working. Your chat message came through. Appreciate you for tuning in. Please hit the like button if you're enjoying the coverage on YouTube here. Starting off small here. 45K up top. Players also winning 2K for each red chip they have in front of them, those bounty chips. Looks like Zhao busted about 10 players, which is kind of insane.
Ace 80. Call. Three pairs.
Three-way action here. Kind of a rare sight.
Check.
Queen 7-5. Zhao with the big stack, with the best hand. Just keeps on cruising. Action gets checked around.
License to bet now for Zhao.
That's 105.
There it is.
Ace King never hit for me.
Here's a look at the current standings. As I mentioned before, Michael Mizrachi, the main event, and the 50K champion up top. But, big caveat there, he will not be allowed into the championship unless he records at least one more cash on the PGT this year. So look for Mizrachi to enter some events here at the studio in the lead up to the PGT championship. Fox and Sovereign, Shulman and Negreanu are all safe. We'll see them in the season-ending $1 million PGT Championship, which, of course, is still to come. If you're just tuning in, this is the PGT Bounty Blitz, a 5-event series of bounty tournaments, all different bounty variants. Should be a lot of fun, especially as we get into the mystery bounty, the escalator, the quattro. There's a lot of different formats.
Just quickly on that PGT leaderboard, the two names that you mentioned, Alex Fox and Daniel Negreanu, both closing in on 100 cashes lifetime on the PGT. Foxen's got 98 and Negreanu's got 97. So
wow,
that should happen this season. Get to 100, and they would be the first players to do so. Steven Chidwick's got 93. Jeremy Osmus has 92. Sean Winter 91. Sam Soverall also 92. So there are some players within striking distance. Could get some people into that century mark. Quite an achievement there. Becker turning a pair of kings. $75K now from Zhao. He's electing to pounce. Still has that straight draw. Has the diamond. Can't imagine Becker's going to be going anywhere here. Makes the call.
Now look at this. Zhao come with 135. Becker's hand, Donnie, too strong to fold.
Yeah, similar to earlier, just too strong of a hand to fold, and also coincidentally, it's a king as well. You know, you're not going to check raise here if you're Becker because you're really only going to get called by better hands. So just, you know, come with the check call. Allow your opponent to keep his bluffs in and take shots at it like that. You can also beat some value too, possibly. You know, if he wants to bet a queen there for some thinner value, fine.
You get your own bounty, I assume, right?
I hope so.
Venetian doesn't do it like that.
That's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, where does the money go?
I think they say the prize pool. But yeah.
Couple of 8s here for Becker. 3-handed. This might as well be aces.
Well, maybe he'll find a way to bluff with it again. With the big hand. Andress comes along and makes the call. Comes Jack 10-3, 2 diamonds. Andress with a pretty looking King 7 of spades. Got a backdoor draw in hand here. Seven on the turn gives Andress a pair. Still not much incentive for either player to start betting this. And we get checked down all the way to the river. This might just end up getting checked down all the way.
Yeah, I don't think Becker should look to turn these 8s into a bluff here. I think he's got enough showdown value.
7.
Does go check, check. And Becker's 8s will take this one down.
That pushes Andress down closer to 10 big blind territory. Jeremy Becker firmly in second place. 3-handed, so the blinds go quickly around the table. Andress is going to need to make something happen sooner rather than later here. Players are looking at right around a $10,000 pay jump between third and second.
All in.
Becker with the jam. Gets it done, and Andress now getting into that danger zone, approaching just 10 big blinds. If you're with us in the chat, please let us know. You're rooting for the Becker victory, the Andress comeback, or do you want to see the new kid, Zhao, take this thing down? All still viable options, but I just don't think anyone can stop Zhao. And here comes Andress with the jam. Ace-3 off. Looks like he's going
I
to
think the big blinds.
at
Sure.
least win this one here.
It's 20 more.
Always good to get a jam through.
80.
These three players quietly grinding. Guaranteed 19,000. 10K pay jump for second to 29K, and then 45,000 for the winner. And of course, that cool trophy. PGT Bounty Blitz, one of the more exciting trophies in poker, if I can say so myself.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it already, stick around to Heads Up Play. I'm sure it'll make its way onto the table as the trophy usually does.
On.
And 9-7 of diamonds here, enough for Andress to shove with.
Is it 455?
Yeah.
With the bounty.
Mention of the bounty there.
10 seconds. Time extension.
Is Becker supposed to get involved here? Is King 5 a little too...
I think it's close. I think I lean fold. I just don't want to risk a third of my stack, essentially double up Andress in a spot where I'm not going to be dominating too much, I think. Probably need King 8 or better there. I mean, I could be wrong with the bounty in play, but so I think that's a fine fold. Also, if you're Becker, you know, it's in that sort of spot, if you just fold and take the conservative approach, nothing really changes. You're firmly still in second place. Andress is still the short stack. You know, most pressure's on him in terms of, you know, his stack to blind ratio. So I think it's fine.
Ace-10 off here for Becker. So it's going to limp in. Getting a little tricky.
Yeah, this is also just, you know, a factor of the situation. You know, he doesn't want to raise and get flatted in position by a deeper stack and have to play out of position, again, given where John Andress' stack is. So the ace-10 off can just play fine post. No need to blow the pot.
Jeremy Becker, 3.5 million in career earnings, with his largest cash being 255K, which was a win at the Poker Masters. And for some reason in my head, I have this thing where if your largest cash is fewer than 10% of your total live earnings, it tells me something about the style with which you approach your career as a tournament player.
I mean, we know Jeremy's a grinder.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
He's grinding every single day.
Donnie,
Sometimes multiple venues.
Guess the amount of live cashes Jeremy Becker has.
530.
Oh my God, it's so close.
Is it really?
542.
Wow.
That is so close.
Oh, I'm pretty good at that, huh?
Jeremy Becker is just a caching machine. I'll put this question in front of you, Donnie, and I know that this will be pure speculation because you and I do not operate in this realm, but we know enough players that do. What do you think is harder? Grinding out a living, playing on your own bankroll in the mid to low tier buy-ins, or being staked playing in the mid to high stakes buy-ins as far as, you know, annual take home? Because we see various different paths being taken by these players. As we see John Andress jam 495K after Zhao limped in. He's got the suited King 4. This might be tempting.
10 seconds.
I don't think you limp King 4 suited without calling. I also think you probably should just jam it against that sort of stack for Andress. So, I mean, listen, we can see the cards. It was the right fold. But I think, at least personally, I would have played that one differently and got my money in. I mean, back to your question, I don't know. I think if you exercise pretty strict bankroll management, I would choose the former. So playing your own bankroll at some smaller stakes.
Right.
But I think you have to give yourself like a lot of leeway. Like, let's say, I don't know, 80 to 100 buy-ins in your bankroll, so, something like that. That you can endure long stretches of losing. You know, you can still have longer stretches of losing at higher stakes, even if you are staked. But I mean, I don't think staking covers your rent.
Right.
And your ROI should be less if you're playing against tougher competition. So, I mean, I go with the former route. I don't play that big of buy-ins. You know, I'll shot take here and there. I prefer to play mid-stakes type of stuff, sell action when I can and need to, and go that route. So,
if today your only option was to make a living playing live tournaments, I know you're not big on cash games, what stakes would you have to play in order for it to be worth it? Like, can we chase the nightlies somewhere also, or does it have to be that $500 to $1,000 range to play for enough money to where that can be sustainable?
I would go with the $500 to $1,000 range. But I also think that nowadays, even here in Vegas, like there's enough of that stuff around. You know, let's say 3-4 years ago, I don't know how long ago, it was you had to kind of focus on the nightlies, and that's it. You know, but now like there's series, whether it be, you know, at Arieh they have series throughout the year. Venetian does, Wynn does. You know, there's series everywhere in those price points. And even if it's not necessarily here in Vegas, I don't think you have to travel too far. Texas is, you know, pretty booming. You have a lot of stuff in Southern California as well. So I think there's enough around that you can get by in that region. Whereas before, you know, I mean, even heard John Andress say, or you know, he hasn't traveled in a long time. I don't think you necessarily need to travel these days to find poker if you live in a pretty decent area.
Becker, meanwhile, with pocket
290.
tens, and he's going to go for a large size again. What is he expecting here on the river? Is he looking for a call here?
Yeah, I think he's looking for value here. You know, I don't think there's going to be many jacks in the range for Zhao. So Becker just trying to get called by a 7, a 6 there. Nice pickup for him, even though it did go uncalled on the end.
All right, still three-handed here at the PGT Bounty Blitz. Quick reminder that you have to head on over to OccupyPoker.ai because it is the next generation study system for everyone, from casual players to elite pros like Steven Chidwick. It's fun to use, affordable, and full of features. Head on over to OccupyPoker.ai now and check it out. Coming up on the 80th hand of play here at this final table, still three-handed, as Becker makes it 100,000 with Jack 3 suited. Zhao now with the suited ace-king.
I mean, even a hand like that right there, even though it doesn't amount to much, it may seem pretty inconsequential. Just note the different approaches to pre-flop play. You know, earlier we saw Zhao fold a Queen 3 suited on the button with the big chip lead, able to put a lot of pressure on his opponents. There, you see Becker taking a more aggressive approach. Jack 3 suited, he deems that good enough to come in, right? So, you know, just kind of a little bit of how these players are approaching this. I think Becker's going to kind of always lean to do whatever the aggressive option is in some spots. And then Zhao has, you know, he's shown that he's kind of more, he's just willing to kind of sit back and let things come to him. He is the big chip leader. He can certainly apply a lot of pressure, but he just hasn't really, you know, done so yet.
10 seconds.
All in.
Andress jamming from the small blind. Queen 8 into Queen 6. Man, Becker just would love to just find the suited king there to try and go after Andress' bounty. 8-3 deuce rainbow here. Limbed pot between the blinds. Becker and Zhao not getting too aggressive here. Andress still lingering, looming in the distance.
$135.
That's 135.
Becker has run out of people to talk bowling with, which is kind of unfortunate. Would love to hear some more advice.
100.
Comes with 100,000 on the button.
I mean, again, just, you know, he's willing to open 8-4 suited, right? You know, I think it's just his style versus a style like Zhao.
Ace 5-5, favoring Becker. Andress, of course, extremely handcuffed. Impossible for him to continue.
Yeah, just come with a small bet here. Andress shouldn't have many aces there at all. I mean, if he can have a 5, he can have a 5, but it's hard to flop trips.
You got it, you got it.
You got it, you got it, man.
Oh, man. I just had a major flashback to what, a month and a half ago? You got it, you got it.
Oh, Becker's going to call this one.
Oh, here we go. Andress at risk with Queen 6 of spades. Jeremy Becker with Ace 5 looking for the KO, the $2,000 bounty, and of course the 10K pay jump. $12,000 swing here in the balance. Can Andress survive to fight on? And it comes Ace, Ace 5. Flop him dead, ladies and gentlemen. Flop him dead. John Andress politely moving his chips to the center of the table, signifying his departure from this event. He is going to cash in those red chips as he shakes his head on his way out the door. Jeremy Becker, the recipient of that red chip. And here we go. The heads-up battle between Jeremy Becker and Qin Zhao now about to commence. 3.3 million versus 2.3 million. We're in for a good one here. Still got plenty of chips left to play. Jeremy Becker, who loves to overbet, going up against...
This season, survival gets real. One team, one pick. Last to survive takes home the whole prize.
All right, we are back inside the studio. Chips have been placed in the proper spots for us to watch this heads-up battle between Quinn Zhao and Jeremy Becker. 67 big blinds versus 47 big blinds. Lots of play left here as Becker looks to also add a few points to his total in the race for the PGT Championship. He desperately needs those points, Donnie. He's still a while away from being a contender. And there we look at the trophy. The $100, I mean, they look like fridge magnets. Got some interesting faces on it, Donnie.
Yeah, Carrie Katz, Maury Eskandani, and Tim Duckworth are on the $100 bill plaques, whatever you want to call those things.
So it's a wide range of characters, I must say.
And that trophy now on the table as well. that Remco's been chatting about throughout the day.
Donnie, this is the quintessential modern poker trophy. We've seen various classic traditional styles over the course of our careers. This is the most modern, I guess, forward-facing trophy.
Yeah, I like it.
Getting some, like...
I would have made it a little bit bigger, but I like it.
Well, yeah, I agree. It should have been bigger.
Like the size of a soccer ball.
Or should have been a bobblehead.
No, but maybe if we break it, it'll turn into a bobblehead.
Yeah, could be.
No, but I like it. It's cool. It's different. You know, it has to do with the theme of the series. It's a bounty tournament. You're trying to collect scalps. You know, you're trying to bust people. That's what you're trying to do. So give me all the skulls. Let's go. These two players here. Zhao started the day as the chip leader. Becker started as the short stack. Oh, look at this. Zhao's going to go raise call in position with a dominated Jack-3 offsuit. This feels a little loose with this sort of disconnected holding. Becker flops really well here.
190.
190.
A little less than a quarter pot from Becker. Gets the quick fold from his opponent. And these guys are dead even. One big blind separating them.
Wow, what a turn of events here at the start of heads-up play. Jeremy Becker, the live poker specialist, 542 live results. Many of those wins. This man has figured it out, how to be successful on the live felt.
He's got his hand.
Raise.
The 5-3.
Is he going to Snapchat it?
He should. Who's there to see it, though?
Who the heck knows? Zhao's in there with 9-7.
If a tree falls in the woods, but no one's there to see it, you know, did it really happen?
Both players flop a pair. Becker's got the inferior pair, but he does have the club in hand. And there is the flush on the turn for Becker.
Oh, look at this. 300K from Zhao. Becker has got one better than what's on the board. That should be enough to call, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's, you know, you're not exactly fist pumping, but I just don't think you can fold better than the board here. Heads up, and he does make the call.
Becker calls and takes the lead. Zhao has been dominant since hand number 1, but now hand 86, and Jeremy Becker all of a sudden with a sizable lead. The stacks are still plenty deep, but this is a quick tumble from the man who seemed to be in full control.
Yeah, and this is where, you know, a conservative approach like Zhao has been exhibiting throughout this final table might really come back to haunt him, in that maybe he could have accumulated some more chips pre-heads up, but especially in heads up play, when the ranges open up, you got to be more aggressive in spots, find some thinner value, all that sort of stuff. But let's see how this develops. I mean, these guys are still very, very deep.
All right, heads up action continues to roll on here with the trophy and the fake cash on the table. If you want to play in the PGT Championship, you better get started by trying to win a dream seat, and you can do that on playpokergo.com. Play for free right now on playpokergo.com to enter. The deadline is December 10th, 2025. All you have to do is play a hand. Go to pokergo.com/rules for a full breakdown of how you can enter and who can enter. Only US 21 years or older, available on web, iOS, and Android. That is playpokergo.com. Play one hand to be eligible for that promo. And then Donnie Peters might call you, and then you have to actually pick up and make sure you believe him when he says, yeah, you're coming to Vegas.
That's right.
You've won the seat.
You've mentioned Jeremy Becker's 542 cashes. He has 43 wins.
That's crazy.
So Jeremy knows a thing or two about getting to heads-up play and ultimately going on to win.
That's phenomenal.
And here, same hand.
Yeah, this is
Zhao just rips in 46 bigs.
This is very interesting to me. Does Becker believe that his edge is at a point where we might give up on a spot like this?
Yes. The counterpoint is that Becker might think his edge is good enough to make this call, meaning is he jamming ace-8, ace-7, ace-6, ace-5, king, queen, king, jack, stuff like that, and then, I mean, I just have the better hand a lot here. Is he really going to take his premiums and just rip it in with, like, the ace-jacks of the world? I mean, maybe there's some times he shows up with some smaller pairs and you're flipping here, but
well, Becker giving it serious thought here, but he's only set to lose 125K if he does decide to fold.
The time?
10 seconds.
He's got some time bank chips remaining. Does let it go. Donnie, do you think that this kind of decision making
Show? Deuce?
No show. No pay, no show. Do you think this kind of decision making more so happens with a player with Jeremy Becker's style of poker? He's known to be more of a field player, if you will. We all remember the Landon Tice battle he had, where Tice, of course, heavily reliant upon the quote-unquote solvers. And do you think a Landon Tice type player might just make the call here because that's what the numbers ultimately direct?
I think, at least specific to those two players, they might, more often than people might think, arrive at like the same sort of outcome. Just they get there on different paths. Landon's going to have a chart in his head and like see it in the various color codes and be like, okay, it's in the red area, that's a call, boom, click, right?
Right.
Jeremy's going to, he's seen these a million times. He's played enough live poker by now that he understands these situations, so he also might arrive to the same path. Now there, maybe Landon clicks the call and Jeremy clicks the fold because, of some live poker stuff. So I think overall they're going to be closer than people might think with the way that they approach the game. But, I want to go back to your kind of original point a couple minutes ago where Jeremy might think, listen, I don't necessarily need to do this, even though I kind of want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I might have the best hand a lot here. Do I really need to do it? Like you said, it's only 125 that I'm out.
Yeah, it's not like he 4-bet and then,
Yeah.
was deciding for, the whole stack.
But Jeremy's also, I mean, we've known him for a while now. He's one of those players where if he goes on to lose this and finish in second place, he honestly might be like, I should have called with that ace-9. Like, he might think, until he finds out, like, later on or whatever. But, like, this might be the hand because he thought about it for so long. I think he, might think back on it. Obviously, still a long way to go, but, yeah. Now, let's see if Zhao takes a similar approach here and just decides to put this in.
Well, should he? And there he goes.
Yeah.
This time a quick fold there from Becker. And Zhao regaining some ground.
I mean, these are big jams. The big blind is only 50K. So Zhao is
50 big
jamming 45 to 50 bigs here on those 2 3-bet jams. I mean, that's a hefty jam. Ace-4 now for Zhao.
Ace-Jack-6. Zhao way out in front.
You know, queen high here, backdoor to Broadway, backdoor diamonds as well. I think Becker's going to come along like he did. And there's the deuce of diamonds, so some added equity here for Becker. And once Jeremy calls the flop and then turns the diamond here, I don't expect him to fold. I expect him to continue. And there's the call.
River brings the 10 of clubs. Zhao well on his way to retaking the lead. It goes check, check. I'm sort of surprised to see Zhao check back there. Did you think he was beat there? It was very interesting.
No, I mean, it might be on the thinner side to bet there on the river. I don't totally hate the check back. I could certainly see him betting too. Like, I don't think it's very black or white. I think it's more of a mix there. Because, like, what is, given his style, and if he understands his style, how many worse hands are calling?
Right.
Is Becker going to call 3 streets with the jack? I mean, he might find the fold on the river.
Little look here inside the main PokerGO studio room. As you can see, laid back, casual atmosphere. Big names flocking to these tables as we look at the upcoming 2025 PGT event schedule. We've got some satellites running for the PGT Venetian. The main event has a $1 million guaranteed, and then the Poker Masters coming up right after that. So September, action-packed. That 5K buy-in, $1 million showcase running September 19th through the 22nd. And then, of course, that rolls into the rest of the Poker Masters schedule. Check out pgt.com/schedule if you are a player. If you are more of a viewer, check out pokergo.com/schedule. As we see, LuckyChewy has already entered this event.
See Brock Wilson and Cherish Andrews. They must be back from traveling abroad. It's good to see them in the mix.
No days go to waste, Donnie.
Of course not. Why would they?
The grind don't stop.
Slight lead again for Zhao.
Picked up 3 good hands and made some money.
Now, these guys are still very, very deep here. Zhao just folding queen 7 off from the button. Can't say I'm a fan. At minimum, I'm always limping, especially with the big blind ante in play. And being this deep, I think you can just play those hands post. Plus queen 7, I mean, that's a pretty good hand, heads up.
Raise.
The lead now, switching back and forth almost every hand. Payouts, of course, of these events looking a little smaller, and that's because a sizable chunk of the buy-in ends up being a bounty.
Yeah, 40% of every buy-in goes towards the bounty pool. So 2K of every 5K buy-in goes towards the bounty pool. Here, in the standard bounty tournament as the opener, every bounty is worth 2K, but there are 5 different formats at play here, so things will change up on a daily basis.
Zhao now, king 5 off, makes it 225. Becker in the big one with a nice looking suited connector.
Yeah, I think I could argue for a 3-bet there to some frequency. Just make sure you protect your range with some board coverage on different sorts of textures, especially this deep. But call also just fine as well.
Zhao with the bet, Becker with the fold.
I have some breaking news.
Oh boy.
The grinder is here.
Oh, baby. No way.
The grinder has entered the PokerGO studio, everyone. Chasing that third PGT cash of the season.
All right, come join our stream tomorrow to watch the grinder at the final table. This man doesn't miss. He doesn't miss, ladies and gentlemen. All right, quick look here at one of our top promos of the day. The Splash Sports High Stakes Survivor World Championship with Phil Hellmuth and Nick Wright is live. Buy in for $5K and play up to 6 entries for your shot at winning $1 million. Just pick one pro football winner each week, survive, and the last player standing takes it all. Enter by September 8th at 5 p.m. over at splashsports.com/5K. There is an overlay, so if you have 5K burning a hole in your pocket, this might be a good time to try and spin that up. Survivor pools in general, very fun to sweat during the NFL season. This one, high stakes, high reward potentially.
Zhao gonna try and rep this low board here, but Becker's the one who connected with top pair. This king on the turn, possibly gonna slow down Zhao. Or not, as he looks at his chips.
Third club here on the turn. Becker with a pair and a club draw. He's going to come along and make the call. Zhao doesn't have any clubs. Let's see if he wants to bluff the river. Deuce of hearts gives Becker the check mark. If we're Becker here, how good do we feel about a pair of 5s here normally?
Once Zhao checks, I think you feel pretty good. Do you want to bet your hand? I think you can bet it, yes. I think you can check it back, yes. Becker, I think, is always going to click the aggressive option, and he does. 405 here, but once his opponent gives up on the end here on a pretty static card, I think it just is telling Becker he doesn't have much. Maybe he's just, semi-bluffing with a 4.
Final 2 hands of this level, I believe, before the blinds go up again. Kirk in the chat says, rumors Grinder becoming a professional slots player. He might have already been. Who knows? Grinder, of course, coming off that main. I still cannot even say it. Main event champion Michael Mizrachi.
I know, it's wild.
It doesn't make any sense. I remember doing commentary on day 8, the day before the final table, and in the first hour of that day, I believe he was all in like 5 times. In one of the very first hands, giving away 80% of his chips, right? And then going on that epic spin up. I don't know, still incomprehensible. I can guarantee you, well, not really, but almost guarantee you, we'll see Grinder at the final table of one of these events in the next 4 days. I feel like a bounty format suits him better than anyone.
Oh yeah. Both players connecting here could be a fun one. Becker with the best of it. Becker might want to try and find some value here on the end. with Zhao quickly checking back both flop and turn. Here comes the bet. He's going to try and get as much as possible.
Becker extending his lead again.
That was the first or second hand? That was the first or second? That was
$250 here from Zhao, and Becker with the speculative-looking 9-4 spades.
Yeah, but this deep, a suited hand in position, I think it's fine to just limp call. You know, again, you have to really open up your ranges heads up. And I think also Becker is going to be pretty comfortable playing in position against Zhao this deep. So, you know, he's fine to take what some players might view as like a more marginal holding and feeling a little bit more in his comfort zone with it.
And look how this board runs out. Pair of fours for Becker is going to be good here. And
I mean, Zhao's played this hand exactly like he has what he has, and I think Becker knows that. So he's going to go for value here against the, you know, the ace kings, the ace queens, the ace jacks. Even some king queen, king jack can call here maybe at times. So this is exactly what Becker is targeting. He's doing it with a pretty chunky back bet, thinking, you know, there's no way my opponent can just fold a good ace high here.
10 seconds.
And Zhao, using a time bank chip, figures his ace queen might be good some of the time. And look at this. Call has been made, and Becker gets tremendous value from his 4. This might be the best hand that Becker has played here at this final table. Getting value in such a marginal way. Well done.
Very well done there by Becker. A very, very healthy lead now.
Blinds up 30, 60, 60, and Zhao now staring at the ceiling, wondering where did it all go wrong. Still, of course, a good shot at winning the tournament, but this one's got to hurt. Do you think that Becker often bluffs there enough for Zhao to make the call there with ace high? Wouldn't he have heard from Becker on the turn, perhaps?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, Becker might just have a hand like Jack 10 with 1 diamond, you know, something like that.
Where are we at? 60?
Or given that there were 3 diamonds on the flop, maybe Becker's just fine kind of checking it, and then he's going to take his shot on the end.
What's your action? You're only in for 30.
Okay.
10 seconds.
King gets suited. Looking strong here for Zhao, and he's just going to move all in, trying to get this thing back to even.
I have energy. Okay. It's your energy.
$130.
Jack 7 for Becker. Comes to 130. Zhao with king 5 suited makes the call. Still got 28 bigs, but it must feel like a whole lot less after having had close to 3 million for such a long period of time. And he's just going to front shove here with the flush draw. Becker with the easy decision, but this is the type of stuff that'll ultimately get you tripped up and on your way to the cashier's desk, because all it takes for Becker is to have a pair there, Donnie.
Yeah, and also, I mean, again, with how wide the ranges are, heads up, like, Zhao might be losing value there. Like, you know, what if he makes his flush? What if king high is just good and he's able to call a street or two and get some value that way? You know, like, it's one of those spots where front jamming like that, you know, maybe you did, like you said, Remco, you're just going to really get called when you're beat. And he's just going to jam here.
Wow. Zhao is just not interested in bet sizing or anything other than just like getting his money back here. This is very, very aggressive.
It is. I think it does speak to the inexperience of Zhao. And I think it plays into the hands of Jeremy Becker. You know, I think Jeremy's just going to kind of essentially wait him out in a way. You know, he's going to apply his pressure here and there, but, you know, Jeremy doesn't need to necessarily take those big swings to, you know, take the 60-40s, the 55-45, stuff like that, with how deep these guys are still and how healthy his lead is.
4 deuce 7 2 spades. And here he goes again. Zhao with the jam and Becker with an easy decision, but I mean, this is a ticking time bomb. What a bizarre string of hands here. Do you think Zhao is fed up? Do you think he just wants to gamble? Like how do you sort of view this from a player who all throughout this final table played extremely conservative?
I think it's a combination of a couple things. One, the inexperience here.
Right.
Okay. 2, impatience, and the impatience comes in combination with the fact that you once had X chips, now you have Y. Your opponent has really stretched out a lead, so you feel like the pressure is on you. But as you said, Remco, he still has, you know, he's had 25 to 35 big blinds still. That's plenty to work with. Like no, if I was his coach and I could like call timeout and go in there, I'd be like, hey, like you have plenty to work with still. No reason to go nuts. Maybe you want to start, instead of raising on the button, you want to just start limping because your stack's a little shallower. You want to feel more comfortable that way. Fine, I get it. But just now, like ripping, like you're playing a 8 to 10 big blind stack, it's just not needed.
Could it have something to do with the fact that he might feel like he got outplayed there with the 9-4 value bet, and now he's thinking, I cannot win this in a conventional way?
Guess what? You're going to get outplayed in poker. You're going to get bluffed in poker. Like, you're going to make bad plays in poker. All this stuff is going to happen. It's going to happen for sure. In the moment, just got to forget about it, put it to the side. The only thing that you can control is trying to play the next hand to the best of your ability. That's really all that you can do.
Ben in the chat says, what's going on here? He's missing out on so much value. Yeah, I mean, Zhao is just swinging for the fences, and, you know, it got him back on a little mini run, but Becker still with a commanding lead. And at this point, Becker just hoping to catch a punt at some point here during this heads-up match. I think having seen Zhao shove these enormous amounts of big blinds for a couple of hands is going to make Becker play even more conservatively, because he knows that when the right moment is there, he's going to be able to catch that kind of shove when he is holding a good hand.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think all of this is lining up very favorable for Jeremy Becker. Ace-8 suited here for Becker.
Ten, 8, 3, 2 hearts. Becker with a pair of 8s. Becker with the bet. Zhao quickly gets out of the way. All right, chat. What do we think? Is Zhao's wild change in approach going to pay off, or is he slowly finding his way to the exit as the runner-up? Eric pointing out, Becker was the short stack to start this final table.
He was.
Very impressive spin-up.
Cool.
Zhao now
Check.
listening to the advice of Donnie Peters, limping in.
Yeah, and listen, maybe it's not comfortable to play hands like Queen 6 offsuit, right? I get it. But with the big blind ante in play, the deeper stacks, the fact that you are in position, I think these types of hands, you certainly should be playing in heads-up play. I think if he wants to limp like this, it's fine. And you can proceed accordingly post-flop.
$130.
$130 here with the 8 deuce offsuit. Queen Jack 10 on the board. Zhao with nothing either, and that's going to give Becker the advantage to just continue firing every single flop with high cards with confidence, because he knows that he'll hear from Zhao when he does have a big holding. So it's almost a little bit as if Zhao is playing a bit face up here.
Yeah, I think so. I think Becker's just going to read the textures accordingly.
160, right?
You know, bet when things favor him. Open things up for some thinner value at times, which he has done already. Still 25 bigs for Zhao to work with here, so, you know, plenty.
Yeah, but Zhao doesn't seem to be too interested in counting how many big blinds he has.
Sure.
Seems to be primarily focused on getting the money in on a flop like this, for example. Pair and a flush draw. Oh, we're going to come with less now. 200,000.
Heads up here. I mean, Jeremy's just got too much of a hand to call with. Look at that.
7 of spades comes in. Zhao now two pair and a flush draw. And again, comes with the quick action, moves all in for 1.1 million into 720,000. Jeremy Becker with ace-6.
Thanks.
I mean, Becker has a real decision here, Donnie.
Yeah, and you know, Becker hasn't called in these spots so far. You know, we've obviously seen what Zhao is doing, and I think Becker is questioning, like, how strong is my opponent doing this with? You know, we saw him do it with the ace-10, that jam. Like, that was overstrength. This feels also like some overstrength. When you have 2 clubs in your hand, you know, yeah, you're probably thinking, oh, I need to protect against flush draws. Well, you block the flush draws yourself, so I think it's okay to not just, you know, go nuts here with a jam like this. So Becker's just kind of trying to figure out, like, where's Zhao at in his own mind?
Right.
But we also saw him do it when he flopped that second pair on the 7-4 deuce, and he just front jammed.
Well, you do make a good point, Donnie. We've been watching these cards. Jeremy Becker has not seen any of these holdings, so for him to assess what Zhao's approach has been up until this point is very tricky.
I mean, even if he is bluffing, let's say, what are the bluffs going to be? They're going to be flush draws, some sort of straight flush draws. You know, maybe he's got a 4 that didn't hit the 7 on the turn, but also has some different so if Jeremy ultimately were to call there, equity-wise, he's probably not going to be in really great shape, even if he is ahead. So again, why risk it?
Right.
You know, you lose some pots here and there, but overall, like your line has gone up to the positive, very much so in this heads-up play.
Well, Jeremy Becker will be very pleased to rewatch this footage if and when he finally does, because he's been playing very well heads up here. Ace-6, Becker limping in, Zhao with 7-4 off from the big blind. He's going to get to see a free flop. And this is exactly what Becker wants. He wants to give Zhao a chance to make a hand when he has a significant holding. In this case, Zhao the one pairing, neither player with a very strong hand. And Zhao is just going to let go of the pair of 4s. A little annoying to continue on the monotone board.
Yeah, in the words of Jared Blesnick, not really any visibility there. You know, like what's going to happen on the turn, a club comes, you're kind of in no man's land, so maybe just want to get out of the way then, even if it is folding the best hand.
All right, it's been a highly intriguing heads-up match so far. Jeremy Becker versus Qin Zhao. If you're watching this, you better head on over to octopuspoker.ai right now, because this is the next generation study system for everyone, from casual players to elite pros like Steven Chidwick. It's fun to use, affordable, and full of features. Head on over to octopuspoker.ai right now and check it out. All right, back to the action here. I've been really enjoying this heads-up match. Let's see what we get from this one. A bunch of small cards. This could be interesting. Both players could connect with the same thing, and Ace-3 King does that in a roundabout way. 4 on the turn is the card Becker wanted to see. Makes the wheel versus the 2 pair of Zhao. Now, if Zhao's recent plays have been any indication, Donnie, a raise here from Becker might do exactly what he's been hoping for.
If Becker does elect to come with a check raise here, I think this money's just going to get in right here.
Fast 2, I'm going to assume. He's going to come with 340. Little check back of the cards. We've seen Zhao make a massive shove time and time again, and he does it again. And this time, he gets caught. But you got to feel for Zhao, because he actually has a very strong hand. Up against any random ace or king, he would have been in terrific shape to double up. But now, instead, he is up against the wheel. And Qin Zhao looking for a 4 or a 3 to make a boat and survive otherwise. Jeremy Becker wins the first ever event here at the PGT Bounty Blitz. And the river is the deuce of clubs. Another wheel card on the river, but not the one Zhao was looking for. And Jeremy Becker will take this event down. Great showing by Qin Zhao, who was extremely patient and deliberate throughout this final table. And then, all of a sudden, he turned on the jets during heads-up play, and that backfired in a major way. And Mr. Becker is going to receive the first ever Bounty Blitz trophy to be awarded. He's going to win the $45,000 first prize. He's going to collect Zhao's bounty.
Nice.
And there it is.
Am I good, or are they doing anything?
This event is over. Becker just sitting there,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's
waiting
fine.
for
Just go to the bathroom.
the trophy photos. And Becker now also adding $8,000 in bounties to his resume. LuckyChewy, by the way, $16,000 in bounties. That is quite impressive. All right, and with that, we wrap up the first event of the 2025 PGT Bounty Blitz series. Back tomorrow with the final table of event number 2. My name is Rem Karinka, but Donnie Peters alongside me in the booth. We'll be back tomorrow with more. Maybe we'll see Michael Mizrachi at the final table. He is in the studio. The main event champ is battling it out. Tune in, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern, and look at that beautiful Las Vegas skyline. More action to come from the PokerGO studio. For now, good night. See you tomorrow.